And we are live. We are live. It is June 7th and unannounced stream. I just felt like it, so let's do a stream. Oof, stretch, 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 stretch. Okay, before we start, let's go to Twitter and share. Alright, share it on Twitter. Let's go to Discord and share it. We're live. Sharing just on a few servers before I start. Alright, that's it. That's it, yes. Nice. Get my chair aligned properly. And ooh, I'm a bit winded, man. I still need some rest. But it's alright. It is alright, and we are ready to do this. Let me see. It dropped my camera a bit. Yeah. I've been working on this a little bit today. While I commit to a larger size, or before I commit to the larger size, I wanted to make sure that everything is alright, and I made some changes. Let's merge everything down. So added a few layers, and I think I'm almost ready to resize this file a bit more and resize the file a bit more. Hello, Turquoise, welcome. Welcome, how are you doing? Like, I went out running like an hour before, and I need to just still rest up a little bit. So I might be a bit winded, more winded than usual, so you'll forgive me, I hope. So we're gonna continue working on this one to prepare it. Hello, Piluli. Hello. I love speaking your username, Piluli, Piluli. It's so cute. It is super cute, Piluli. Hello. We are continuing to work on this. Honestly, my brain is tired, Sister Qua. I've been playing with OBS all day. Oh, you're preparing to do live streams? Ooh, yeah. Did you have any interesting results in playing with OBS? I think I want to remove this house here. Well, my body is tired. My face is tired. You know, the Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda meme. My face is tired. Just see which brush I want to use for this. So let's use my old rough expressive brush. My body is a bit tired, but my mind is like like this. That's my mind right now, so I decided to go live and share some of the good vibes with you guys. Hello Zuz! Hello Zuz, my buddy. Welcome back to the stream. We're gonna continue working on this, and then later I might open Artrage, and I might work on one of the Artrage things that I've been working on. Maybe I want some grass like here. I added this driver here. I made him better for scale. What's the music now? This is a singer-songwriter called Imad Wasif. Hello Kitty. Kitty says hi Zhillustrator for chatting in the stream. Imad is one of my favorite singer-songwriters. I hope it's not too loud. I think this should be like half of my talking volume or something similar. As I see in the sliders, I am always louder than the music. I'm always louder than the music. Makes me think of Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Oh, I don't know about that. I should educate myself. Do you think I'd like it? Or the stream would like it? I like this kind of singer-songwriter. It's kind of psychedelic rock, blues rock, not blues. Well, stoner, psychedelic, folkish almost at some moments. I'm a big fan of this kind of music. By the way, if you're a Twitch subscriber or a patron, I published a new video today. I published a new stream today from from June. Let me check. Here's on my Discord, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, June 2nd. So I've published, you can watch for now 4 previous streams that are not saved on Twitch if you're a subscriber or a patron on Discord. And this time I'm gonna save. This time I'm gonna save often. I'm gonna save often, and if I drop out, if my PC drops out, I will at least have stuff saved. Piludi says, oh yes, I think you would like them. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Let me just write it down in a second window. Let me just do that quickly. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, rock band. Let's play one song. Or YouTube music. I can find YouTube music. Where is YouTube music? Where is it? Come on, YouTube music. I can find them on YouTube music and just check out. If it's similar, then it could be a good Beat the Devil's Tattoo album. Where is the artist? Artist, Spread Your Love, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Alright. Let me quickly pause this and let's play. Oh, I know this. Na, 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 na. I know this. Thank you, Piluliluliluli. I like this. Piluliluliluli. Hello, thank you for the recommendation. I'm gonna save them and download some of their albums and have them in my playlist. Yeah, they seem to be a bit more famous. I definitely heard this song unrelated to my music taste. Even though this is like totally in my music taste. I don't know, I call it kind of laid back rock. I don't know how to call it. It is a type of music that I like. So it's good that I know who they are now. I think in my case, I think probably Radio Paradise played them, because I am a big listener of Radio Paradise and they have really like a extensive music taste. So it might have been Radio Paradise on my side, because I oftentimes listen to that web radio. It is, and definitely heard them somewhere. So that's good, man. I'm also test driving here some new brushes. I'm making a new drawing brush that's more roundish. So let's check it out. More roundish, less textury. Oh, it's great to test drive. These artworks are great to test drive brushes. I like that. It is really sweet. Okay, I can test drive this one too, man. I can test drive stuff nicely here. Hello, bonsoir. Hope you're doing fine. I am. I went out running before the stream, and I feel alright, man. I'm totally in a good mood. I am in a good mood, and hello, Mary Kuma. Welcome to the stream. There, General Kenobi. So I'm working on this painting, and I'm almost done with it, but I just want to refine it some more. Looking very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your comment. Take this, you beautiful, wonderful being. What do I get? What I'm going to take? Oh, subscription. Take this, you beautiful being. There's a big heart frame. Look at this. Take this, you beautiful being. Colo. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for subscribing. Now at 20 subscribers out of 25. Let's do this. Let's do this. Thank you very much, Colo. Twitch Prime subs are nice, you know? Nice. Twitch Prime. And Murtis. Hello, Murtis. Thank you for subscribing for Twitch Prime. Thank you. Let's spam some emojis. Let's spam some hearts so I can share it to Instagram. I need to share to Instagram that I'm live. And Martis, thank you for... Oh, this was like lovely because he subscribed, they subscribed before they followed me. Ah, it was adorable. Thank you so much. Give me some hearts in the chat. Give me some little cute icons in the chat so I can share it on Instagram that I'm live. I forget that I'm live, to share Instagram all the time. And now we have to fix that. Cool, Amerikuma, Galea, Martis. Turquoise, hello, welcome. This will be lovely. Oh, come on. Why doesn't he want to take a picture? Oh, my Instagram is an idiot. I gotta use my XN view or something. I have a problem with my applications. Some of them won't take photos. I am pretty annoyed by that now. Sosa Demonas, hello. Oh man, I can't take photos for some reason. What is happening with my phone? Specifically the camera MX, which is my... This looks pretty realistic to me. It's the point of it, I think. I like a realistic look. And also, I like simplifying things a little bit. Also, Sosa Demonas, you can share with us. What you've made. No! I accidentally shared a wrong story. Izbrishi. No, Izbrishi. Nabamesta. This looks pretty. Well, it is. I managed to be very subtle with this one. I need my text before I can share that I'm live. Live. Yes, so you will just excuse me for a minute while I share that I'm live. But it's much better now. Let's do this. Text. I'm such a boomer sometimes with this Instagram. I am such a boomer with Instagram. And now we can share a story. Good. Oh, it's very hot, man. It is very hot. Mary Kuma, are you also an artist? I think I asked. But if you are, share it with us. So what is this? This is like a floating crystal island. It is a bit too blurry and one-dimensional. So there needs to be kind of a sense of scale, because I can't see what I'm looking at, you know. I don't catch on to anything familiar. I don't catch on to anything familiar in the painting. Artists in the making, yeah, you can share your Instagram with us. We are here to share our art and to give some tips. I'm trying to do portraits, but I haven't shared any. Don't worry about it, you know. You can share them if you want. Because maybe somebody will be able to give you a good tip. Appreciate the feedback. Okay then, Mary Kuma. Yeah, I'm here to share like share some people. Look, traditional art. I love these. Look at them. They're so cute. I want them. Oh, look at this. I like these. I would love. These are also great. You're doing good with traditional media right here. I must tell you, young lady, you're doing good with traditional. Let me follow you. Hello. Hello. You're doing good with traditional media. So don't worry about it. Industrial design. I was an industrial designer. Like when I went to high school, I started in industrial design and interior degree, but I switched because I figured out it's not for me, and started doing graphic design. Back then in 2001, you know, I didn't have a PC, man. I was hydrate time. I was a young little kid without a PC. Oh, sorry, loud water bottle. This particular brand of water, sports water, they have very loud bottles. Damn. I have to consider. Oh yeah, I need to fix my number of subs. Thanks to who was the person who subscribed just recently before following me. Now I have 21 subs. Let's see. That was Martis. Yes, thank you, Martis. Turquoise says, I did multimedia design and dropped out halfway. I dropped out of web design, for example. I dropped out of web design. It was a very bad time for being a web designer. 2001 to 2004 to 2007. It was changing at a rapid pace, and I just wasn't, you know, I didn't have internet, you know. I think I first time like had internet at home in my 3rd year of high school or the 1st year of college or something like that. Merikuma says, I didn't find work as an industrial designer, so I had to move to graphic related. Then I'm a web designer now. UX and UI. Oh, that pays a lot, I hope. All the UX and UI designers I know, they are like, I'm living a life. I'm living a life, because that's a good job. Mexico is cheap labor for companies to, oh, same here, Marikuma. We are cheap labor, but we have a very well educated IT labor force here, and we speak English. Our region is probably like some of the best English speakers in the region, in Central Europe, in Eastern Europe. In Eastern Europe, definitely. So a lot of German companies, a lot of American companies have bought local Novi Sad companies, and we are basically a cheap labor force. Mexico represent! Hola, mexicanos! Televisa representa. Televisa representa. Yo soy tu padre. Marikuma says, it makes me laugh so much that you know that. I think you were on this stream. I grew up with Telenovela Presenta. I grew up with that because it was very famous in Serbia in the 90s. Cassandra Jovisna, La Usurpadora, Rosa Salvaje, and that way I learned Spanish, like Latin American Spanish. I can understand a lot of it because of las malditas telenovelas. It is very funny, you know. It is very funny. What circumstances led you to learn that? Yeah, because I was still living with my parents, and people were like watching TV a lot, and I didn't have internet, so you had content on TV. Yeah, the world is smaller than it seems. I have a Colombian friend. Who came to Novi Sad first time and figured out that a Colombian friend of hers is living here, married to a Serbian guy. And like, Andrea, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing here? It's a very small world. Martis says, I think most of East Europe did. Back in Lithuania, they would play these Spanish TV shows around for, yeah, something like that. Martis, you're from Lithuania. I never had anybody from Lithuania. I think. Everything that I know about Lithuania, that they are our mortal rivals in basketball. Because Serbia and Lithuania were always like the best at basketball in Europe. Around like Serbia, Montenegro, Lithuania, who else? Spain, yeah. We were always like, and a lot of Serbs I think probably play in Lithuania. Old FIBA days, yes, Žalgiris, and like I know about the only team that I know about is Žalgiris. I think it's from Lithuania. So yeah, Lithuanians were our not rivals. I think people here had a lot of respect for Lithuanian basketball. It was always like a tour de force, you know, a very strong Serbian representation and then like a super strong Lithuanian. And it was much less famous people. Like Spain always had these fancy prima donnas, you know, and And then like Lithuania had like the guy like 2.5 meters center. I play basketball. Ha! So I think Serbian people did actually really like respect Lithuania's sports. At least basketball in that day. It's great to have rivalry and but in a good way. Double neck SG and some PS got my attention. Yes, it is. It is a 50-year-old guitar almost. I think now it is I think it's turning 50 or so. It's a 50-year-old guitar. That back there, this double neck ripoff. It's a lawsuit era knockoff of the SG by Ibanez. So I am very happy to. It is a very good guitar. I love it. And I have a fretless, and I have a Schecter 8-string, and I will show my guitars if people are interested. I do that several times. I did that several times on my stream. I was very lucky to find it. Good competition makes you improve. Yes, but also fair competition. Like, there is not animosity or whatever. Chris says, I got 80. Oh my goodness. I have 5 guitars currently. I live in a small flat. I couldn't have more if I wanted to. I have Ibanez RG 370, like this standard metal guitar. I have a fretless do-it-yourself Strat, like Squire type or Harley Benton, you know, those cheap knockoffs. But it is do-it-yourself fretless. My friend just ripped off the frets, and he gifted me that guitar too because I love slide guitar. Right now I'm practicing slide guitar, like to use a slide while I'm playing simultaneously. But I would love to try a real slide guitar, but I want to incorporate the slider into my playing. Spectrum has it, how are you? I am well. Thank you, welcome to the stream. I want to incorporate slider in my playing, Chris, because I hate bending. I hate bending the strings because my hands are delicate. My hands aren't the rough hands that's everyday handle like physical labor. My hands are delicate little hands, you know. I have pretty hands, people tell me. And I really don't like bending the strings, so I put the slider into my on my pinky, and I still have my 3 fingers, but on my pinky I have a half slider, you know, or 2/3 of a slider, the mini one. So I love that style now, and I'm gonna adopt it completely, I think. Spectrum has a feeling good myself, did a lot of drawing. Will you show it to us? You can't just brag about art and not showing to us. Oh my goodness. Soft little artist hands, says Tanner Words. Absolutely. Bending is where it's at. Just need to toughen. I use heavy gauge strings. And it is very hard for me, you know. I've been playing for 16 years, man. I am not a newbie to this. And I don't want to hurt my hands, like nope. And I bend now, like if it's more than a semitone, I'm like just doing the slider. And having a slider just gives you this expression that's not possible with bend. I mean, it is possible with bending. Bending is great for expression, but sliding is even better for expression. So combining these two things, oh man, I can't wait until my band goes back. Our bassist is pregnant, our Anna is pregnant, and we're waiting for her to recover. I mean, to give birth and recover, and so soon. So yeah, I decided to incorporate a slider into my playing, and I'm very happy about that. Though it requires a different setup, requires higher action and everything. Ooh, what's this? Spectrum has him. You did a lot of drawing there. I did a lot of, like this one. Spectrum has a... Willkommen, obsessed with bunnies. Ha. I play 9s now, says Chris. I want to switch to 9s too. And higher action for sliding, and I will experiment with that. I downtune my guitars a lot. I love playing my guitar in drop C, drop C sharp or drop D flat, or alternative tunings actually that start from I play alternative tunings on guitar. I love messing around with that because the band plays original music and I don't need to. I love to mess around. My original tuning that I use currently on my main guitar is CG. It is a very nice. It's a very nice tuning. It's so symmetrical. It's very harmonic, and my two top strings are the same tone, so I can do very nice chords with seconds, like 9 chords or like 11 chords very easily by just playing around with the top 2 strings. And if my string breaks, I have a backup on the same. I don't have to stop on the gig and replace the string. I just have a backup. So that's why I adopted these alternative tunings on guitar. It is very fun for me. It's quite down tuned, but I can play, like, I can do also D, E, D, E, D, D. That would be like a more normal alternative. Just dropped 1 step down. D, A, D, A, D, D. Sorry. Tanager Bird says, hearing you talk about music and guitar is absolutely fascinating. I've been playing for 16 years, I think, now, and I love guitars. I love guitar as an instrument, and I love music in general. I would love to be able to play more instruments like bass and percussion, keyboard. I would love to, but I only have 1 life, unfortunately, so I got my hands full with just the normal tuning. For me, I kind of don't like the normal tuning for some reason. I just gave up on it. I like, too much for me, man. I wanna make it easier to play, and I just wanna make it easier to play for me, for my style that I like, and now, because I never did covers, so I never needed to do standard tuning, or maybe like just normal drop D or E flat or something. I was always free with that, and I was like, let's play around with all kinds of tunings. So I've played with P4, the perfect 4th tuning. Like every string is tuned at the same interval, and it's all 4ths. It's EAGB CF. EAGB CF. No, EADGCF, sorry. It is important to be an artist first and find your voice. Yes. I want to do guitar streams. That's like another thing that's waiting. Guitar streams, man. Is this a landscape from Serbia? Well, it is an alternative universe, yes. It is from my region where I live. Lidu. Let's see. Chris says, I'd move to 4th if I ever did. Yeah, I think that tuning makes so much sense. Oh my goodness. I don't, but it is very inconvenient for bar chords, and it's very inconvenient for some things. If you're a musician that plays covers, you just give up. but it's symmetrical, fingerings don't change. I love it, by the way. I love it. If I can play on it even now if I want. Very bad for chords, but it's very logical. It makes sense. You can like escape some of the difficulties by just using smaller chords. Instead of 6 notes, you can just... But it's really good for 3-note chords, which are enough. If you're a good guitarist, you don't need six tones in your chord. You need 3 or 4. You need 2 sometimes. You need your 3rd and your 7th if it's a 7th chord, and you're not. The band will play the rest. Voldemort, welcome to the stream. But the perfect 4th tuning is wonderful for 4-note chords. Like, do you know what are drop 2 chords? So if you don't know, drop 2 chords are very often in jazz, and it's 4-note chords, and they make so much sense. They make so much sense, and in the perfect 4th tuning is perfect for those. There are 3 or 4-note chords with very little repetition of tones, as little as possible. Drop 2s and drop 4s, yes. So that's why I just loved those concepts, and I started playing. And in the end, I just ended up just using these crazy tunings that I use now. Whatever, you know. Look at the guitar stream. Talking about guitar stream. Hope you guys don't mind. If you have a question about art, I am here to answer those questions for you. But right now, we're talking a bit about guitars, and a bit about whatever I want. Whatever. It's very hot, man. It is very hot. I know the CAGED system. Oh, I love it. I love the CAGED system. I learned that, and it made so much sense. It is such a good thing, and I am very sad that many guitarists don't know about it. It is such a good system. I love it. You can learn so many things by learning those things. You can learn your positions for arpeggios. You can learn chord makeup. You can learn so many things by learning the CAGD system. It is great. Where did you pick up this Photoshop? This is not Photoshop, but I picked up my Arto Skillzoo by just painting and working. But one significant thing is that I used to work in a local game company, and I was a concept artist for them. And that's where I started learning these things, and where I figured out that, oh, I could do this. I'm not bad at this at all. Every rock song or solo to ever learn comes straight out of cages, scales, and chords, because it's the underlying structure of things, and by guitar being a fingered instrument, it makes sense, you know. I also love the 3-note chords. I love guitar. I just love it. It is my I have a lot of passion for guitar. We can have a little house here. Look at it. I love guitar too. Yes. I'm glad that I have some guitar players with me here on stream. Yeah, play me some guitar riffs, guitar music. The only thing I never played is actually this. I would love to try play an actual slide guitar. It would be so interesting. But yeah, I'm doing just what I can to adopt those techniques in a normal guitar. Look at this. Now I have a house in the back, like a castle in the background, something like this. Look how simple it is, you know, just playing around with values and playing around with color. Sorry, the atmospheric perspective. Slide is a whole can of worms. Yeah, it is very unusual. It is very unusual. I love unusual things. I like sitars. I love instruments with many strings, but also like balalaikas and like those instruments with like 3 strings. I love the drony sounds. I would love to have a lot of folk instruments from Asia or Central Asia, and I would love to play a bunch of instruments. I like my cans of worms. Indeed. We're very similar, but I'm from Canada. Well, whatever, you know. We're thinking at similar terms. Once you go creative with guitar, I think it is very normal to think in this way, where you want to explore. It's like you want to explore. You want to get out of the gutter and the standard just cover band, whatever. Art, guitar, landscape painters. Oh, do you do landscapes? Do you want to share it with us? You want to share your art with us? Now you told us you're a landscape painter. Now you have to share. Now you have to share. Sorry. Let's change canvas size. 8,000 pixels. Okay, 8,000 pixels. Let's resize the painting. Yeah, just link it. Just link it, and you can. I will just share it here. Resizing canvas to about 8,000 pixels. Come on. Oh, this was. I'm gonna save it right away. My graphics drivers. I replaced my graphics card recently. I had like a 10-year-old graphics card. Now I have a 5-year-old graphics card. File save. Birds, yeah, Julie, I failed you. First stream I've caught in a while and no art to share at all. Pom 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 pom. I need to play this for you. Or I can do this also. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Damn it, Julie! Where is it? Oh man, I cannot find it. I had the perfect sound for you now, Tanager Birds. I had the perfect sound. No, I think it was. I don't know what was that, but never mind, you know. Okay. Hello, Decane, welcome to the stream. Let's do this. Thank you for following, Decane. So now we have about 8,000 pixels to play with. And now will have a bigger file, definitely. And I think what I will do, I will merge a lot of the image. I'm gonna merge these layers, merge selected layers. Or no, I'm just gonna leave the hover cat. Just leave the hover cat. So I need the hover cat maybe as a separate layer. And now let's merge visible layer. No, wrong thing, wrong. DK says environment painting it is kind of an environment painting. It is not related to games, not related to anything of that kind. It is a personal art piece. It is more fine art than some concept art or similar, but it is environment painting. I cannot say it is not. I cannot say a lie. I cannot say a lie. So I'm glad that you're here watching our environment painting. So, but I am very traditional. I just approach everything with a traditional bent. I want my strokes to be visible, and I want my my colors to be fun, and I want my music to be good on the stream. And I'm using Clip Studio Paint, by the way, if you're interested. If you set a game in Ultraslayer, what type of game it would be? It would be more exploration and puzzle and exploration, like a more introspective game about like where we are, who we are, and facing our own past and facing our own humanity, and it would probably be something like that. It will probably be very environmental and something like that. DK says looks great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Lilu says, can you also draw with a pen or live? Just paper and pen? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can. But I am very loose and I just draw. I don't really draw academically, you know, I'm not an academic artist. But I do sometimes draw traditionally too. But I never draw traditionally live. Do you draw, Lilu Cobra? I don't have much of my work online, trying to figure out how to send you a pic. You can use like printscreen.com or something like that, or tinyurl or tinypic or whatever how it's called. Just some image upload thing. And just paste the link here. And you too, Lilo Cobra. You too, paste the link. Let me show your. Let us see your art. Let us see your art. Oh no, I don't draw, says Lilo Cobra. I just discovered your work. Where did you find me? In Twitch recommended. So I've been getting a lot of people recently telling me I was in the recommended on the sidebar on Twitch. DK says I've never used Clip Studio Paint to paint landscapes. Yeah, I've transferred to Clip Studio Paint completely like last year. And thank you, Chris, for following me. Look at this guy. Look at this guy painting. I love these bushes. Oh, look at it. You should post these more. You should post these more. This is Chris. Is this Chris? Yes, this is Chris. Haha, is this Chris? This is Chris. This is Chris. Good job, Chris. I'm proud of you, my man. Really nice, really nice. Yes, Pilulis, really nice. I have a lot of good artists watching me. You're also French. Piluli is French. Also, it's recommended, and maybe I have some French viewers, so it may be because I have some French viewers. It's like I went out on your recommendeds. You were recommended, thanks. Absolutely. Piluli, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for recommending coming there because of you. I know it's because of you. It is for sure. Let's take another one. Look at this one. You could maybe like post them somewhere online, man. it is nice. I like them. I like these trees. You know, these are my favorite trees. Pine, like cypress and pine. Like what a combination of those two. I love them. Tanager birds. I mean, I've heard that Twitch goes, oh, you're from a place of Europe? Screw you, I was streaming it today. Totally different language because it happens to be Europe. You paint for a living. That's great, man. I also paint for a living. Similarities are everywhere. I mean, I do this for a living. I paint my artwork and I sell my art on conventions and then I have a very modest living, you know. It's not some rich living, but it is very modest living. Yeah, good job, Chris. Good job, Chris. Good job. You're also Canadian. Canada. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. Take my time, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my time, I'm gonna take my time. You draw good. Hello, that priest. Here is the full illustration. I'm just working on it now, like a final stretch almost. Do you know who Dylan Cole is? Oh man, it's been ages since I heard that name. He was one of the older concept art people who was doing photo bashing and stuff like that. I remember him. I spent most of my childhood, Tanager Bird says, in Alberta, but I'm in BC now. You're before Christ now. That's who I learned to paint with, and the other boys. Yeah, they're your friends? What, your crew is like the Dylan Cole? I've had some of his tutorials. I know British Columbia, yeah, I'm just kidding. You know what? Here, we had more drastic winters back before we screwed up the climate, and I kind of miss those. So when I draw winter scene, it is always very snowy. It is very it kind of looks like a harder winter, you know, not just this pussy winter that is just, excuse me for my language, this not winter. It's like, pile on the snow. Yeah, we can see that this snow is quite high here. We ain't having any weakling winters in this. We accept only the proper winter, where snow falls a lot. God, yeah, I have weak childhood memories of heavier winters, and now it's like, nope, yes, yeah, I agree. Now it's like, winter? We barely had snow this last winter. We barely, I think it was on 2 or 3 days, I think. So only had 2 or 3 days of snow, man. So that sucks. You know? I have a beautiful balcony view, and I would love to have more snow on that view. You know? I would love to have more snow. Last time we had good snow was in like 2018 to 2018 winter, in this November and December, or 2019 in January, I think. No. Yes. Fixlop, hello. Hello, welcome to the stream. I am working on smaller details on this one painting. Just zooming in and just making sure it looks alright. Zoom in here. I have Hovercat here. Some snow for you, my friend. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a look just when I do this kitty tail. Yeesh. And kitty hat. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. I like it. Thank you very much for sharing it with us, guys. If you have an online gallery or something, let us know it and share it with us. This is a Hovercat, by the way. It's called a Hovercat because it's a hovering kitty. It's a hovering cat. Just being there, hovering. With a hat and a vest. Always. Just hovering around, behind or around stuff. Hiya, cloudy rabbits! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hovercat and his Hovercat. Ah, click, I had to open my energy drink. Sorry, it was noisy. I'm a mod for a few of the bigger poker players on Twitch. I never thought of that side of Twitch. So I'm glad that you ran into me now. So you know all kinds of people on Twitch. You know, poker players, you know, artists. It's great. It is great. So it's been really nice to meet you too, and I'm glad that you're sharing your artwork with us. Also, the rest of you guys, feel free to drop your artwork and share it, and then I take a look at it. And we gotta help each other out. You gotta help your brother out. Painting as we speak. Oh, that's lovely. It's a good. I like that. People painting while we speak is adorable. You know, it's really sweet. If you want to share some work in progress shots, feel free to do it. Wait, now Clip Studio has to save. I hope it didn't crash. But I think it's gonna save. Clip Studio. Thank you, thank you. Sometimes it freaks me out when it should kind of have a prompt first. Like, do you want to save recovery information in 2 seconds, like, and then you save recovery information? Because sometimes it is very interrupting. It's totally like, here is your save recovery information, you know. This is my artistic interpretation of Clip Studio Paint asking to save recovery information. You're gonna save your recovery information right now. Also, Piluli, thank you so much for the music recommendation. I've been liking this band a lot. Let's take a look. I mean, all of these things that I'm working on, it is almost, you can't even see them, but to me it is very important. To me it is very important, so I can have a really good high-res file when I export it, and when I go having more pixels isn't always the best, but at this moment it is great to have a lot of pixels to work with. Even though this is not as much as some artists are going to, like 10,000 or more even. 8 is totally enough to print even like a 30-inch file, you know? Because once you have 8,000 pixels, once you have that amount of pixels, it is very easy to resize things, and it's very easy to resize without losing quality. But the most drastic quality losing resize is from a 800 pixels to like 3000, and you will notice a lot of those issues, like little artifacts and whatever. But when you are resizing, it is always, when you resize from 3000 to 5000, it is not as noticeable. So I usually resize in stages. Cloudy rabbits, you can always size down, yeah. But I always resize in stages. I work with smaller files, but then when you resize, you still have these soft edges, you know, that appear here. But I don't mind, you know, it's soft edges, it's alright. I am already like somebody who loves soft edges. And then I just go inside and maybe sharpen some of them and just go over some of them. And I don't lose much because I handle textures a lot. I handle stuff like that. I don't lose too much when I resize. Chris says, I don't work in Photoshop at all anymore, other than some odd ad work, ADD work. I don't know what that is for the flashing industry. I don't use any of the speed painting concept art skills I actually know. Oh no. Fly fishing. That's fishing when you're flying. I'm kidding. I know what fly fishing is. But let's for the sake of this conversation, it is a fishing while you're flying. Now this, you can see like this, just a little bit of polish, and you're good. You know, you're good. You don't have to. Outrage especially resizes well because it takes texture into consideration really well. And when I resize something in Outrage from 2000 pixels to like 5000 pixels, I don't notice the difference at all. Because texture plays a big role in my art specifically. And let's do at Clip Studio, you notice. What size is this image? It is 8000 pixels now. It is 8000, but when I started it was 2500, something like that. So I still don't go into small brushes. I don't like this, just using these super small brushes. It is very annoying to me. I like bigger strokes, and I like texture a lot. It is absolutely amazing what you're creating, says Martis. Thank you very much, Martis. I am very happy to hear that. I just start with tiny. I usually start with small canvas sizes too. Because it's easier on the PC. That is one big reason. It is easier on the PC. And on the brushes also, because these brushes are not made for 10,000 pixel canvas. They're made for like 2,000-3,000 pixels. You can have big strokes and you can have good textures with them. I was just demonstrating and I could keep this actually. Martis, thank you for the compliment. I love what I do. It gives me a lot of passion, and I think it maybe transfers. Maybe transfers to the viewer, hopefully, you know. I see a lot of trees in my art, a lot of nature reclaiming things, a lot of nature just chilling out with everything else, you know. There a lot of this ecology themes, and I like that. And it is inspired by landscapes that I've saw. Are you color selecting? What do you mean, are you color selecting? I'm picking color on the canvas a lot. This landscape is inspired by train trip I took. A train trip I took from from Novi Sad, city where I live, to where my house is. It is 40 kilometers from Novi Sad. It's a village called Gajdobra, and it was a winter. It was a winter 2-3 years ago, I think, and everything was covered with snow. But with this snow, not super a lot of snow, so a lot of grass was still like peeking from the snow, but everything was white and nice. Yeah, I select a lot on the canvas because once you have your colors on the canvas, it is very easy. You can have your color set, you know. You can have a color set on the side. You know, you can have a bunch of colors. Maybe I could do this and push it here, like. This is not good. Default color set. Now there is no option to make it simple, so I just push it here. I like Clip Studio's interface. It is very nice. I sometimes use this HSV slider just to check out my color. To check out my color's value and saturation. That is something I am always wary of, like how strongly saturated my color is. Tom Elton Art, welcome to the stream. Thank you for following. And now it is time for you to share your Instagram because you have art in your name, and that's gonna make everybody want to know what kind of art are you creating, what are you doing, what's your thing. We want to share art with us. Welcome. Enjoy yourself. I am working on a personal piece. And I might like can you give us the full Instagram link if you don't mind? I don't really like always having to interrupt myself, and just give us the full link. Don't worry about it. You don't need a permit. You don't need a permit. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have another spaceship here, just going out of the clouds. I do space art. I dig your space art. Ooh, I dig space art. I dig space art. I dig your style. It is traditional. It is everything is painted here. There's no 3D, there's no photo bashing, there's no photo textures, everything is just painted. Everything is painted. It takes a longer time, but that time is so enjoyable, my man. It is so enjoyable. I am very happy doing this. And I like being able to paint all the small things and control them. And Yaga, hello! Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. No, you are beautiful. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. I'm just working on the final stretch on this one. I want to have art therapy. That's the Tom Elton art. Tom Elton art. It is space art. I am Tom Elton and I am painting space art as in it indeed. Boop bop beep 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 beep. Oh, I like this one. This one has the volumetrics of like a weird cloud, weird landscape. This is from some movie. No, yeah, no, astronaut picture. Getting good, man. One by one, I like this one. Like, this is very psychedelic. This is a kind of a Beksinski meets space art. Thank you for sharing with us. And Artrage! Hello, Artrage people! Welcome! Thank you for subscribing. Now you're sponsoring me. Welcome, now I have 22 subscribers. But I'm currently working in Clip Studio Paint, but this was started with ArtRage. The initial sketch of this was, I love ArtRage definitely. Let me show you the initial sketch. Let me show you how it looked. It was painted with ArtRage, like this sketch. And I painted this on a train on my tablet. So I painted this on a train and using my ArtRage on my Wacom Companion tablet, which is a really good fit because ArtRage is good for slower PCs. And this was the original sketch. It was like, the subs keep coming in one by one, you know, we are going there. And like, now I transferred to Clip Studio and it went to this, and to this, and to this, and to this, and to this, to this, and to this. So slowly, I like the combination. My last several artworks were started with ArtRage and finished with Clip Studio Paint. Tanager Bird says, I used to complain about not having the money to sub, but guess what? I can this time. Thank you so much. Subscribers and patrons can watch my streams after I'm done. Today I posted a stream for 4 days ago. There is a channel in my Discord. There's a channel in my Discord called Sub Past Streams Showroom, and now you can watch streams they're private streams shared with you guys without music, so you can just mute me if you don't want to hear me talking about the random things. But you can watch me paint in. This was Clip Studio, this was ArtRage in Clip Studio, this was ArtRage completely, and this was also ArtRage. So you can, if you're a sub or patron, you can use that to get those things. Thank you so much for subscribing. Tanager Birds and ArtRage Paint. Let's spam some emojis. Now I am sponsored by ArtRage. They are my subscribers with Twitch Prime. I'm always happy to give a good word. I will always give a good word for Clip Studio, for Paintstorm, for Krita, for ArtRage. But ArtRage mostly, because I use it mostly. It is like 50-50 between those two. I really like the color range that you use. This, yeah, my dark tones aren't super dark. You can see in my picker up there. My darkest tones are like 25% gray. I want to be able to print this really well, so I refrain from dark tones. Maybe like on this guy, it's a bit. So I want him to be more noticeable. So but still my dark tones are not as dark, and the lighter tones are also not super strong. I try not having like 100% white. I try like limiting it, but I do have 95% white. Let's edit my subscriber goal thing. I have 23 subs now out of 25. A little bit. Oak Tea Party! Hello! Welcome! Hey, welcome. How are you? Me and my stream assistant Dreamy here are doing really fine. We are doing really fine. We're doing a lot of like finalization work on this painting, and just, how are you, Gilly? I am good. I went out running today before the stream. I ran about 4 kilometers and then I rested, I ate something, and I want to stream, man. I want to stream, I want to feel. And I decided to, yeah, I totally got invested in running, man. But even though one of my knees is screwed up, but I love it. It is such a brainless activity. I love it. I listen to podcasts, I listen to audiobooks. I love this activity, and because I'm sitting a lot. And when I'm not streaming, I'm usually like going out in the evening to run. But now I'm gonna try, even if I'm streaming. Today I shouldn't. Today wasn't planned because I had a stream yesterday, and it was a long stream. It was almost 6 hours in total. But I really felt good today, and I was working on this off stream, and I was like, let's just go live. Hello, Jack, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? Oh yeah. So I felt good today, and I decided let's go live. Let's paint, work on this thing, and I am sure people will come by and ask some questions, and I can play some good music and noodle around with this painting and make it even better. And so far we're doing good. I am dead. Spent afternoon jumping my potato body on trampoline with brother kids. Oh, they have so much energy. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Oak Tea Party? Are you streaming these days? While we're waiting for Clip Studio. If you like great vibes on stream, and a smiley person who is bright and wonderful and draws pretty women, pretty girls with ink, you should follow Oak Tea Party. She's a blast. Let me shout you out, Oak Tea Party. She has a very good vibe in her streams, and that's what we all need currently. We need chill, and we need smiles and good hearts. And I think Oak Tea Party has one. It's a cinnamon flavored heart. It's a cinnamon flavored lovely heart, yes. Gee, what's the difference between being a subscriber or a $5 patron? I get more money. I get more money and you get more stuff. If you're interested in like brushes for Clip Studio Paint, you can get them on the $5 tier, and you get like almost all my content on $5. So don't worry about it. If you want to do that, you can become a patron. It goes a bit more towards my livelihood in a way, because I keep $4 out of those $5. I keep a bit, around $4 out of 5, and on Twitch I keep 2. Oh, modern day James is rating us. Oh my goodness. I know this guy. Oof. This was unexpected. Hello, modern day James. I watch your YouTube videos, and I'm always like, how do you do this? Over 9 million people. Yes, we have 9 million people here. Thanks, man. Great painting. You're welcome. 140 oh goodness. Bull of Games, welcome. Vrif, Diablovlevit, and Veyuskne, welcome everybody to the stream. My name is Živko. I am a digital artist from Novi Sad, Serbia. I am painting almost exclusively stuff like this. A very traditional looking art. And I use my own custom brushes with Clip Studio Paint, and I use ArtRage as my 2 softwares that I paint in the most. And right now I am working on personal piece, as I always do. Oh my goodness, so many new followers. Khalil the Wise, awesome, great work. Amaritas is amazing as well. I never seen earlier. I am a nobody basically. And thank you for following. Calzo, also Wadado, Orphan Fat Kid, Brief, and Lunar Lucas. This is the biggest raid, man. Ah! I'm hyped. I'm totally hyped now. Yeah. Me and my assistant here. This is my assistant, Dreamy. We are very hyped now. Hype, hype, doof, 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 hype, doof, 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 hype. Lunier Lucas, welcome to the stream. And Weedo, welcome. Glad we could hype it up. Hell yes. So what will you paint next? Oh, I have many things. I have... let me show you some of my artwork. Let me show you. I have some works in progress right now. I have this one. This is a kind of it's called Submerged Memories. It's inspired by a Second World War memory, like monuments in my city and in my region, and I'm working on this still. It has like the little guy here. Mazdud, thank you for following. And I have what else? What else I'm gonna have to finish soon? Oh man, I do have to finish. I have to finish. No, let me show you what I've done. Like, so I've worked. This one is painted with Art Rage and Clip Studio Paint. I have 109 viewers. God damn it! Thank you so much, Modern Day James. You are a sweetie, and you're insanely talented. I am sure that people know about you, but let me shout you out. Let's see, Modern Day James. He has a YouTube channel. Can you plug in your YouTube channel and your social network? I want the people to... I was like... my last watch was actually the videos about Kim Jong-gi. It was such a nice watch. I was streaming on Twitch now from Alan's YouTube trading. What happened? Oh man, I gotta follow you right away. Let me follow you. Do I follow you? Let me just check out. I'm gonna do it quickly. What happened with YouTube? I'm not in the loop. I am not in the loop. Or follow. Let me follow. So I'll be definitely seeing you, rating you, and definitely be seeing you here. It is good. Yesterday I rated Carla Ortiz, and she came to Twitch too, which was crazy. They took my stream 7 times in a row for copyright. Oh my goodness. Apparently my voice has been claimed on YouTube. You know what I do? Now I don't save my broadcasts on Twitch, but what I do is I save it on my PC, and using OBS Studio, I save my music on a separate channel, and then using tools that are freely available, you can see this here. I have my everything is on just the first track for the stream, and then I have the voice on my second track and the music on my third track, and then I erase the first track and the third track, so I only have my voice. So I can upload my streams to YouTube without getting problems in MKV format. That really helps. So I discovered this, and now I can stream without problems. That's something I was struggling with, because I want to upload, but even with copyright free music I was always like oof. And also what you do if you're gonna do this, James, make sure to go into settings and output, do recording. Like, streaming is one thing, CBR, constant bitrate, is best for Twitch, but when you record, you can do different type of I use VBR because the files get like 4 gigabytes is like 5 hours of streaming, is less than 4 gigabytes. It is You can use custom frame rate, you can use custom bit rate, so you can use both of those things. So you can stream and you can record. So you can record even in bigger size. Thank you, Eskimo girl. And also, bye-bye, Chris. It was nice to chat with you. And Lilo Cobra, thank you for following. So now I can record my, I don't save my broadcasts on Twitch, but I can upload them later without audio. Just my voice. Even though sometimes I end up like humming the music, and it must be super weird if people, my subs and my patrons, because I run a Patreon, and they can watch those streams without music and like la 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 la. That's great, man. Thanks for your help. I'm gonna grab some food since I haven't eaten, but come back to hang. Thank you so much. Drop me a message if you want some help about those things. I don't know. You can check out my social networks here and follow me. Links. And feel free to drop a message. I'm streaming for a while here, but I am, as I said, I'm a small fry artist. But I would love to help you out if you need some help about these settings, because it is very handy. And as I said, I stream for 4 or 5 hours. I have like at 1440p when I record, I have files that are like 4 gigabytes or 3 gigabytes. So they don't appear like too big to handle, and I'm too lazy to do video editing, and I know how exhausting it is. So have a nice meal, James, and if you come back, you're welcome. And everybody that came with James, thank you so much. You're lovely. And this was like one crazy raid. I had also similar raid from Bjorn Huri. It was like boom. A lot of people who are interested in similar things came with that raid, and it was crazy. It was crazy. And I like follow Bjorn on Twitter for years now, like and I think I follow you, James, also on Twitter or YouTube and whatever. So it is really I am very humbled to have you guys here. For all the new people who arrived, if you missed it, my name is Živko. I go by Zhillustrator, that's how you say the name of my channel, and I'm a freelance digital artist who usually paints his own, like I usually paint my own artwork, my own personal work. Everything you see here is usually personal work. I've been streaming on Twitch for years now, but just this year I became more serious with it. Like, I am live every few days. I'm sometimes live day after day. It just depends on my mood and my... He's a freelance artist, digital artist, thicker than a stack of pancakes. Well, I'm normally built, you know. I am not a fat boy, hopefully. I am 85 kilograms. I did gain some weight, damn it. I did gain some weight during the quarantine, but I am around 85 kilograms, 86, something like that. So but my size, I'm like 6'1" and 6'2", somewhere in between. So I am moderately thick, yes. Yeah. Sir the Bunny, thank you for following, Sir the Bunny. Sir the Bunny. I lost like 5 kilograms in the car. I started running again. I finally got back. I got running shoes and started running, and I feel better in the last few weeks. So I'm gonna get back to normal weight. I'm around 80 kilograms normal weight. So we are in Clip Studio Paint, and I'm using my own custom brushes that have a very traditional textured look. and I am refining one of my personal works and adding some little details in the background and making sure everything looks good. Yeah, there's a little fence here. I love just having these little suggestions of things. I love painting with longer strokes and wider strokes. I like painting with visible strokes. I like doing this. I'm very passionate about trying to create a more positive sci-fi art that is not like just misery in the post-apocalypse. And thank you all for joining me. So much expression. My brush set is called Expressure. The brushes are actually made to be very expressive, very reactive to tilt. Because this is like when I don't tilt, and now if I tilt, I get this. So I can be very like expressive with my brush strokes. I love having that, and my brushes, for example, also like. I love having expressive brushes, and that helps me. That helps me a lot. By the way, if you use Clip Studio Paint, you can try my brushes for free on my website, Zhillustrator.com. There is a store, and you can try the set. It is not for everybody, and your stylus needs tilt. So don't give me a bad rating, please. You can download it on my website, or on Gumroad, or on QBrush. I've been doing Clip Studio brushes from 2019, so I got really good at it. A bit, but I am very particular, you know. I love my tilt size, you know. This is the tilted size of the brush. This is untilted size. So I can have like I can do like these little faces or whatever, and I can fill it up, and I love that. I've only used Photoshop. You should play with other oh yeah, you should play with other software, because why not? And like this brush, I love it. It is very textural. Look at this. And then if I don't tilt it, I have this. And then if I tilt it, I get this. The texture it's very reactive to tilt and pressure. But also, my biggest gain from making brushes in Clip Studio Paint is my strokes have become much more confident. Nowadays, when I see somebody paint like this, you know, just this same size all the time, I'm like, no man, just do a little bit of, you know, relax with this stroke, you know, vary it, make it dynamic, make it flow, do something, you know, don't just So that's like one side effect from me making Clip Studio brushes and Paintstorm Studio brushes. It was just my strokes and my painting flow became much more natural, because I learned to use my stylus properly. You know, I learned to use my stylus and to fix my brush economy. You know, look at what I'm doing here now. Just one stroke, punk, and it looks more traditional, and that suits my style of painting very much. Dread024, welcome to the stream. Thank you for following. Oh my goodness, I almost have 2,300 followers now. This raid from Modern Day James was insane. Insane raid. Because I think we have a lot of audience that overlaps. Even though James's audience must be more concept art oriented, I am more fine art oriented. Lee McGuire Art Streams, hello! Welcome to the stream. I am annoying. Yes, I am sorry. Prism Face, welcome to the stream. Lee McGuire Art, share your art with us because you have art in the name. You have now you have to share your art with us. It is unescapable. You are required to do that now. You cannot have art in your name and not share your art with us here. Sure, if you want to. Yes, I wanna see. I share all my viewers' art. Maybe now I have too much people to everybody to share, but I will gladly, like, oh, look at this guy. This is a dragon eating the guy. And Instagram. Yeah, I like showing people's art in my streams, so don't worry about it. Haha, Sir Cats a lot. He's cute. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Go follow him if you want. If you like what you see. And if you don't know, if you missed it somehow, here are my links. Go follow me on my website. You can check out my most representative work that I need to update still. I need to update my website. Damn it. It's ArtStation Pro, so I like my website because it's very easy to update. It's my Instagram. Let's click on my Instagram. Let's show myself. It's a me. Like my 2 latest artworks. My Clip Studio brushes. My traditional sketches. My character designs sometimes. So I do thumbnails. I do a lot of thumbnails. I do color thumbnails, and it is very nice. So thank you everybody for following me, and let's get back to painting. Let's get back to painting. Man, I still can't believe this huge raid happened. And today I was even like, I should have made a break. But yeah, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Yes, I felt really good about today. Like, let's just go live. And in the end, like, it was super worth it. Some cool new faces, some nice raids. Actually, James's raid was the first one of the night. I usually get raided like after like 3 hours or 4 hours of streaming because I am in Europe, and some of my American friends are streaming in the afternoon, in the morning, and then they are finished, and sometimes they raid me. Have some snow on the tops, just because I said so. Hello, Margarita. Hello, Chess. Wie geht's du? Hello. I had a huge raid right now, and I have 70 viewers. I have a bunch of people watching, and now I have to be good. I'm kidding. I don't want to be anything. I am just doing myself. I'm doing what I usually do. Just paint and enjoy myself, listen to good music. courtesy of Piluli. I spend my mornings watching Asian and Australian streams. I spend my mornings sleeping. I screwed up my sleeping. I cannot wake up like before 11 a.m. Like no sir. But because I go to bed late, I'm an idiot. I go to bed late and then I sleep for 7 hours because I need to sleep. If I don't sleep, I don't function. And then I just wake up in around noon, basically. Do you talk about who you go about doing thumbnails? Yeah, usually when I'm doing thumbnails, people are asking things, and I usually talk about what I'm doing. CG Cat, what are you interested in? Let me show you for some latest thumbnails that I've done. Where are they? Yeah, those are made with Artrage, for example. I took this one, this top left, and made a bunch of variations. Composition color. I go straight to color usually. Or lately, I just go straight to color, and I am very comfortable with that now. So if you have some questions, feel free to ask. So I usually use Artrage for thumbnails, also Clip Studio Paint. For Clip Studio Paint, I usually go black and white. I like how Clip Studio Paint uses black and white. But for color thumbnails, I prefer going color. I'm interested in learning how to go about them for composition and color. Slowly. You go slowly. You open a new file and like make yourself a little frame, and then you can like set up things. I have a little tree and a little house and a little tree and a little winding path and a zeppelin, you know, whatever. You can set it up quickly. Don't waste too much time on sketches. Don't waste too much time. And then make this layer multiply, and then pick some colors, pick some nice colors. We want some blue sky, and I'm gonna paint it the entire. I will get my main color here. Usually I will have one main color that will be the underlying color. That's how I usually like go around to it, and then slowly like add things to it and play around with it. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. You just need to relax, and you need to use reference if you want to draw something specific. Like I'm gonna paint some bushes here, and I'm gonna transfer to red, desaturated red. It will give me an earthy tone like here, but now I have to be careful about my values. So I'm gonna put this lighter value, and I'm gonna have a lighter value in the sky, maybe just slightly lighter. Maybe I will give this zeppelin or something like that. And then I have a forest here, and I will think about warm colors and cold colors. If the picture is predominantly cold, I will have a warm accent. So you go about it exploring and experimenting and enjoying yourself. If you don't do that, I don't know why then you're doing it. And then I have like a little thumbnail sketch that I can. So this is one layer underneath the sketch, and then you can do one layer above the sketch to just consolidate everything and maybe cover up some things. And then at some point you will just be able to remove the sketch layer you'll be able to remove the sketch layer and everything will be still be in the picture. Do you have an idea what you're doing? Or it can be, yeah, it can be totally random. You don't need to have an idea. You just need to have a grip, of course. You need to have a grip on art fundamentals, like composition. Like, why did I put I divide my page in a golden ratio, basically, like this, horizontally, and this vertically. I love having it in a golden ratio. You need to think about values. Like, I have this cold green for these trees, which are usually cold green. This winter, ever winter trees, how it's called. I don't know how it's called. The type of trees. They don't shed leaves. They're usually colder greens. And because I have all the cold colors, I will have a warmer color somewhere, but also a bit lighter, because I feel all the colors here are quite dark. So you have to grasp fundamentals. That is very, very important. And and here I have a Zeppelin, going behind everything. Don't spend too much time. If you want to just do black and white, you can do black and white. Nobody will tell you anything, You can just do black and white and enjoy yourself. Oftentimes what I do is I'll take a brush and like, and I love doing this, just trying to have an interesting looking framing of a picture. And now this can be woods, and this can be some thick trees, and we can have another like power line here, for example. I like using I like these similar elements, and I like using water in my composition, so this can be reflection. So just push paint around, see what you enjoy. Omet's Art says, dude, I'm glad I found you streaming to James. You're fantastic. No, you're fantastic. Thank you so much. And this can be a little house here in the corner, and you can expand your image. Let me open you a bunch of thumbnails that I painted with Clip Studio Paint, and I did variations. I mean, I make it look effortless, I am sure, but it took me a while to learn. But it is the same thing. It is composition, values, and comfort. Try fun and comfort also. Doing things you're familiar with, it will greatly help you. If you live in in a snowy area, you will just need to watch out of the window and see a bunch of snowy, it will be something familiar. You saw it a million times. If you live in flat plains, like in the Netherlands, you will remember what do you have in your art. It is good to paint familiar things. Uncle Gilly, have you tried watercolor? Just a little bit. A little bit. Not seriously, but a little bit. So yeah, look, this is a little sketch, and then you can do, I don't know, whatever. Just play around. It's very important to play around. I like my topics. I love my little trees and houses. Like, these are trees behind and a little house in the distance, and then there are some clouds here, like some bigger clouds, and this is some woods, and this is some woods in the background, and we have a windmill here, maybe in the background, and some paths and bushes in the foreground. And this is Clip Studio Paint also. So this is how I go around my painting, and I can have a new layer that's underneath, above everything, and I can play around with it and just have fun and learn fundamentals. Learn, if you're gonna have this type of panel, where is a good way, where is a good position to put something? And there is this guide of thirds, I would like to call it. It shouldn't be a rule, but it can help you with where to place stuff. like where a horizon line can look interesting, like here or here. I like my horizon line down. And then I can have, I don't know, a castle here, and I can have a hill behind the castle. But still, you can see that I'm like trying to pay attention. I will have, like here I can have like a windmill, you know, something like that. I love my wind turbines. I love them. And this composition will be like alright. And then maybe I want to have something in the foreground, maybe some bushes, and maybe a path to the castle. And just think of the basic things. Think of the basic things and learn fundamentals. Learn contrast, composition. Micron, hello. Sorry I missed the chat. Like what is good? Like it is sometimes it's good to experiment with different ratios to see what can you do here. Like there's a haunted house, and this is some field in front of the house, and this is some bushes, and this is some road, and this is some clouds. I mean, I am very simple. I just do little, you know, from my imagination oftentimes, but you can use reference. Thank you so much. I will definitely look at your older videos. If you are a patron or a Twitch sub, you can now see my streams after the fact. I'm not gonna. Okay, I've saved this. But everything starts with a good base. Everything starts with a good base. If you have a good base, you will have it much better in the final stages. So setting up your painting, setting up your composition, setting up your values. Like I knew that this will be a wintry image. I can't use dark values in this one. Snow is super reflective and it just swamps everything with light. So I know I will have like a lot of distance, and I know I can use dark colors, but like it is not super dark. I reserved my darkest color actually here. This is my darkest color of this scooter driver. Microns is really aspiring. So yes, you start with a sketch that's looking alright. Let me show you how the sketch for this looked. It was like super it was a super rough sketch. Like this. It was a color sketch, of course. I prefer color. And you can see I still have all the elements here. I have my color range, like, but I decided to go a little bit lighter. I didn't really want it to be super gray. I had this sense of depth and maybe like a wintry yellow sunset, and then this darkest element will be this. First I wanted to have a guy walking, but somewhere in the process I decided to have some guy on a bike. So this is the second step, and then third, and then and I decided to flip the image, because now when it's flipped it looks more like he's ready for adventure. He's entering the picture. So that's another compositional thing. Another compositional thing here. So I learned this from photography, because I'm doing photography as a hobby. If you have a character that's not past this third here, it looks like he has a road ahead of him, and it has a narrative just by a composition. Just by composition, they're putting this character here. We tend to look from left to right, and this way it looks more natural than this way. Just because we look from left to right. And now you look at him, and you look at the rest of the picture where he's still waiting for his adventure. And that's a little compositional trick to put your character just be like it is on, like this would be like rule of thirds probably, like this. So put it somewhere before the first line here, and it will look like he has somewhere to go. And then atmospheric perspective. I wanted to set up an atmospheric perspective to make sure these trees here aren't too dark, because there's a lot of atmosphere going on, and you can see this color isn't really super dark. Just 390, welcome to the stream. Sorry for missing your entrance. My name is Živko. I am a digital painter from Novi Sad in Serbia, and I am working on personal art. Lion King Simba. No, bueno, welcome to the stream, Lion King Simba. So when you simplify this, it is a very, like, if you just think about all the main elements, you have a very telephoto picture with a deceptive horizon line, because you have this line here where this guy is. It is on the golden ratio or rule of thirds, but the actual horizon line is like up there on the second. So I love to do this to play around with the perspective, to have more depth, to show more in the image. And it is the perspective wise is very simple. It's 1 point perspective, but it's not dramatic. It is 1 point perspective, just hinted like here. You can just see hints of 1 point perspective. I'm just using this to show you what my thinking is and to point you to the background. And there is also in value wise, it is very reserved. So value wise is mostly light. It is like 80% of this is light, and then like 20% of darker values. And I use my darker values here to frame the lighter shapes. I love how you're always thrilled while explaining your art. Thank you, Piluli. So I like to frame lighter elements with darker elements and vice versa. Like you can see, I am framing these vehicles here with the background, and I'm framing these houses with the trees behind them. I am framing and cutting off this guy to show that this landscape is kind of undulating. So I'm using light colors to frame this guy, and just doing that all the time. Just thinking about how can you use the background to show the foreground, and vice versa. But it was all solved in the initial sketch. Like, okay, I want to have and then you just go in and you resize and you add more details and just get it better, you know. It just gets better as you go. And I started with a very small size, and now it's about 8,000 pixels large painting. You know, Piluli, I am very passionate about what I do, and I don't wanna be in this world where I won't be passionate about what I do. So thank you so much for this compliment. It really means a lot to me. So I love to think about like values and contrast. It's one of my favorite things to think about. LGN says, Julie, can you give me some ideas and critique on a piece I'm doing? Yeah, drop a link. Drop a link. Even though I think you are usually doing good work, and I might be not somebody who can critique your type of work well, but still give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. I love the fact that it's so traditionally inspired. I love traditional painting. Me too, but I never painted actually traditionally, like full traditional painting. I learned everything digitally, but I am inspired by traditional art a lot, especially by the painter's perspective, like eye level. Usually I like to be there in the painting. Let's see. Guys, this is LGN's artwork. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what would I say here. I like the color choice. I like the gesture. I like these reds are very intense. Maybe this wing here is a bit weird. So these wings may look a bit weird, but it is a wing in movement. So just take some reference that you already have reference. I don't know what I would say. I like this watercolor feeling. Maybe it's a bit too much, maybe even. So maybe try to have it somewhere where it makes more sense. Just remove it from somewhere and add more around the bird or the flowers. I think it's too random to look organic. Too random to look organic. So, not too random, too not random, because it's almost you equally splatter the entire page, and that's never happens organically. So maybe that would be a good advice for this. But I like the color choice. I like the composition. It looks nice to me. Margarita says, I love the music. Reminds me of some old Russian movie. It's purely suggested. What is this? Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Buraku Liberu Motorcycle Club. And here is this white thing here. You can see this little spot. Can you look at the here up here at the color picker? It is not white. It is off-white. It is 10% dark gray. But still, because it's surrounded by like 30%, 20% gray, it still looks lighter. So I'm always thinking about this relation of things. It's very important to me. Maybe here I can have a bit lighter. Sometimes I use these HSV sliders to give me more precise reading of my colors. And yeah, this is all painted manually. I don't use photos as a base. I don't use 3D as a base. I'm really obsessed to LGN. I like the flowers. I would experiment with adding a darker gradient to the background in a few places, but it's nice with white as well. With the whites, it looked more traditional because usually if you start watercolors, you start them on white paper. You don't paint watercolor on colored paper. It's just not. But you can have a nice soft gray gradient. Who knows, maybe it would be better with that. But also remember, paper isn't completely white. Please turn on the AC, says, hey Gilly, I started messing around with your Clip Studio brushes and I was wondering about what sort of strategies you have using them. And Skits dear, welcome to the stream. My strategy using my Clip Studio brushes is like, here's one of them. Here's one of them. Where is my messy sketcher? Like, this is my strategy. Like, I'll do this and this and this and then I will tilt it and make it bigger and make some afro, you know, whatever. that's like one of the ways I go around with it. I like do this, and then I paint a little sketch with a spaceship behind, and I will do little lines, and then I will tilt it and fill up everything using the tilt and pressure. And I don't need to change my brush all the time. I can just do everything with one brush. I can use the soft tilted thing, and I can use harder strokes. So I can just control my brush with tilt. So you need tilt to be able to use it properly, and you need to be able to control your stroke, because many beginner artists are just doing this. This is not bad, but you have this, you have this, you have this, you have this. You have it, everything is the same brush. You have this, you have this, you have this, and this, and this. Just that's what my brushes are made for. So explore your stylus and play around with pressures and tilt levels, and like low pressure, very low pressure is great for like initial sketching and silhouettes, like something like this, and then I will like just fill it up. You know, that's what I like doing with my brushes. Whichever, like even this one, you know, this one is like made to be like played around like with tilt and pressure. You can get this, you can get this, you can get this. So all various levels of pressure until that's the strategy. That is what I made them for. To not have to change your brush all the time, and use your sketching ability. Like this brush is dynamic 5B. This brush can do everything. Just on a certain level of tilt and pressure, you will get this. And if you tilt it normally, you'll get this. The pressure will give you this, but tilt will give you this. So play around with pressure and play around with tilt, and play around with these things, you know. Don't just do this. Because you need to learn how to use your entire stylus range. And my brushes are made for that. Like all of them have they act differently when they are used with, like this one, Big Sloppy. Like this one is like a lot of texture. You can make less texture if you find the texture to be a problem for you. Then you can go in, click the brush settings, go here, and play around with texture density. With most new brushes, especially 1.3, all is ready for you already. All the settings that are important are here. So if you feel like that this brush is having, not this brush, let's say this brush, it has too much texture for you, just go into the sliders and play around with texture density, play around with anti-aliasing, play around with options, turn off watercolor edge if you're experiencing problems with performance. I've made everything ready for you. Just if I like, because I made the brushes for me first. Let's see, let's get back to my art. So that's the strategy there. Just use your stylus, learn how to improve your strokes. Similar like this. Oh, I missed some chats while explaining this. What is this? Ruby through the Hummingbird. Cute. Yeah, very, very, very mild blue background. But honestly, I wish I could paint like you, beautiful. Amarilla, thank you. Is it paint like me or paint like LGN? Because LGN is also really good. Like, what else is my strategy? Please turn on the AC. I have different brushes of mine. I have different brushes of mine as defaults for the pencil tool. I have one of my graphite presets. And it gives me this if I don't tilt it. When I tilt it normally, I have this. And when I tilt it hardly, I have this. So I have everything in one brush. That's how I like, you know, how. So I can do very thin strokes, and I can do medium strokes that are not super hard, and I can do super wide textured shading strokes in a way. And I have this brush as a default brush when I click P as a pen, and then I have a different brush as a B, and the second time I press B, it switches to airbrush. And I copied one of my airbrush presets that I love to use, my tilt size brush, soft tilt size, because I can make soft brush. I can determine the size just by tilting, so I can quickly like return to my normal brush and to my pencil and to my smudge brush. So you have to get this workflow going on, because just brushes won't save you, won't help you. Having brushes is great because brushes are great tools. Omid's art, can you help me out with the traditional painting? Yeah. Why not? Why not just share it with us? And we can take a look. I am good at paying attention to many things. I am not a traditional painter. And yes, Amarillia, you don't need 10 years. You can get very quick to a very good level in like 3 years, 2 years, no problem. Because you have so many resources available to you right now. So many resources and so many good YouTube channels, so many good people that you can talk with. Like, I am here on my stream, I always talk with people. You need to make the files public. I can't access them. Right there, Omid's art. I'm gonna ask for access, but you need to make them access public. So yeah, now it is not as difficult to, or you can paste the link from like TinyPic or TinyURL or something like that. Right now you live at the best time, because mentorships are available here and there, courses are available, tutorials are available for free or for on CGPeers free, or you can watch Cynics and Sikra and Modern Day James, and like Modern Day James, he covers so much. I am like sometimes like very like I wonder like where does he get the discipline to cover so much things. The content like his, 5 years ago it would be super paid. It would be like a course on GNOME Workshop, and you would have to pay money for it. And now you can watch it for free, and you can probably have him be your mentor, or me. I can be your mentor for $100 a month on Patreon, or Anthony Jones, or Yama Jurabayev, or whatever. You can get those guys for a little money, you know. It takes 2 years and 5 years to at least what you're doing. Of course, I've been doing art for 10 years, but if you start with fundamentals, if you start learning fundamentals, that's like the first thing. Start learning composition, value, contrast. If you're into characters, gesture, like start learning gesture before everything. Like gesture is the most important thing It is super important. And then you can learn gesture and anatomy at the same time. Like, I don't know what I could say about this. It is still rough. It is underpainting. I don't see any shadows, or they're not clear. Something like this would have harsher shadows, I think. Did you do preliminaries? Here is a good advice for traditional. Do preliminary sketches. Do preliminaries, sketch out your work really well. I feel it's not natural. I feel it's very artificial perspective, and it feels like photo perspective, a camera perspective. And like you have this element at the end of the page, which is that's not where you want to have something like this. So you have to do a lot of exploring and do sketches, do preliminary sketches, and see which colors you want to use. You need to just not go into detail and first get this rough picture going. Like, don't go. This is enough detail level. Now go and establish your shadows better of these people. Establish their silhouettes, establish the light and dark relationships, and don't worry about perspective or stuff too much now at this point. Have reference, use reference always. Yeah, Amaria says, I'm doing Croquis Cafe, Drawbox, Loomis Pro. Oh my goodness, you're doing too much. I would advise finding what you like the most and focusing on it a little bit. And for this one, I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this an amusement park? But again, this is underpainting. Don't go any further with this until you establish your darks and your lights, because everything is in the middle range. Now just pay attention to those basic things. I would say you need to plan your pictures a bit better. Do thumbnails. Lion King Simba says, if you're capable of juggling that many assignments, I think it is great. Yes, it is. It's crazy. But then I would try finding what's best for you and focus a little bit on that. Because they can be overwhelming. Don't think you will get overwhelmed, maybe. Because there is a serious danger of just overwhelming. Radio Runner's Solo Artist course is pretty comprehensive if you learn art solo. Let's see this. Like figure drawing turn 1. I would totally not have this in third run. The figure drawing is boring. Figure drawing is tedious. Gesture drawing is fun. Gesture drawing is better. So instead of figure drawing, gesture drawing. Perspective, art fundamentals. Because anatomy, you cannot do figure drawing before anatomy. It is not good. And I don't like this curriculum. Sorry, dude. This is not good curriculum. Giving people figure drawing before they have any sense of anatomy. So no. Gesture, you don't need to know anatomy. You need to observe more. So then anatomy and then figure drawing would be better. So focusing on gesture and pose, perspective, composition, storytelling, that's good. Composition and storytelling is great. But I would also color and light. I will put it right in the few terms. I will put it just like in the few terms because color and light are super important. People will get bored by anatomy, and anatomy is tedious. You need, I don't know. I'm not agreeing with this curriculum too much, but I guess you can correct it and you can figure out what you want, because I don't care about figure drawing and anatomy. If I want to learn landscapes, it is because they all focus on this freaking figure drawing. It is not everything in art. You need gesture drawing and then a little bit of anatomy, and then you build from that. Because they never will teach you composition, values, different kinds of perspective, contrast. Because composition is only one aspect of fundamentals. You have form, shape, line, value, balance, harmony. But to know Pascal Campion's storytelling, you need to know light and color. Light and color might be the most important thing. It's light and color and atmosphere, and it can be. You have to teach people, not to leave color and light for like 4 years into your rolling. Start with color. Be brave. Fuck 'em. Start with color. Learn color. Don't be afraid of it. If you like anatomy, if you do character design, of course, you can do figure drawing all you want, but I would definitely oh, did I turn off my music? No, I didn't. Oh no, I turned off my music accidentally. Alright, I will play my other music here. Alright. Because people are punching into walls. People are punching into walls because they learn figure drawing before they learn, I don't know, color theory. But color and light for James Gurney, it might be too complicated. So there is a tricky part, you have to find a good teacher. Because James Gurney isn't for, I don't read his books. To me, I find it more, I find Marco Bucci far superior teacher than James Gurney. Marco Bucci will make you love color, and he will make you love it and enjoy it, and that's what I want. That's what I want from people if they're gonna teach me. Make me love it, make me be passionate about it. James Gurney is a wonderful artist, but I don't feel he's such a good teacher. Like Marco Bucci is far superior. If you're gonna learn about color, do his series 10 minutes to better painting. Oh my goodness, that's like material that's some you would pay for like 5 years, 6 years ago. Just like what I'm doing here, I'm merging darker shapes and I'm merging lighter shapes. That's what he also talks about. We have so many resources available to us, so you have to find a teacher who's good for you. If you find that Color and Light by Marco Bucci, by James Gurney isn't good for you, alright, try other people. Try Eitan Zana. Eitan Zana has a Color and Light tutorial. Try Sam Nilsson. Sam Nilsson has a wonderful shading and color tutorial. If he's not good for you, then try Sikra, Cynics. Talk to me, man, if you want. I don't have any tutorials, but I can talk with you. I'm here to make color. I don't know how to spell the first one. Which one? Marco Bucci? His art will make you fall in love with color. He just the second one, Sam Nilsson. I think it's Sam Nilsson or Nilsson. And then you have the god of color, but it's super boring to listen to, Nathan Fox. Is it Focus? Tyler Edlin. Yeah, there's Tyler Edlin. There's Control Paint. There are so many people you find. Cynics taught me a lot. Also a lot about drawing mentality. Nathan Fox is the guy who did you ever watch Lion King? He worked on the backgrounds for the Lion King. Prince of Persia. He's crazy, but he's so boring to listen to. But he's so good. It's on Schoolism. So Schoolism has Sam Nilsson. Schoolism has Nathan Fox. Schoolism has great advice here, right? And also Nathan Fox is the king of Bloom. Yes, and he's also doing traditional art. If you want to do traditional, Bobby Chu, I never listened to him actually. Yeah, Bobby Chu. You have so many people. You have Feng Zhu, but he's not really talking much about color. Zhilli is also great. I don't know. You can always ask me stuff. But important concepts in color are color relativity. Color relativity, because color cannot stand by itself. It is always related to what's around it. Contemportimo says Zhilli. Zhilli is best. Aww. Charcoal portraits. Nathan Fox is a very capable artist, but still, for me, his style of narration and teaching doesn't work because I get bored. I cannot listen to him. Just sent you a message about the print on Discord. Awesome. But so you have to find, for example, I enjoy listening to Marco Bucci because he's entertaining and he doesn't bore you with stupid side stories sometimes. Sometimes if he talks about random things, he won't go into tangents. Yeah, Mario is somebody who likes to give passion to you. You see, he's very passionate about things, and I suggest getting his stuff. Also, the guy who runs Control Paint is quite good. You know, well, Nathan Fox is actually a real professor. Is actually a real professor, yes. And if you like that vibe, you'll like him. But Marco Bucci is more like a guy who will help you out. I love this vibe. This is a guy who's very down to earth. One thing I don't really like about many teachers, they're not really down to earth. I was like, whose tutorial was it? I couldn't listen to the guy. He was so, my students are doing assignments. Shut up, dude. Just paint. Ethan Zana. Yeah, Ethan Zana. Oh. Ethan Zana. He is really good. But he's something similar to between James Gurney and Craig Mullins, something like that. So you'll like him, I think. I mean, would you like me doing a color tutorial? That would be interesting, man. Like lots of stuck-ups. Yeah, I cannot stand some people. I don't care about like what your students and your blah 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 blah. They just feel like they're not into it. So that's like what turns me off so much. Everything from Bucci. What I love the most is his traditional sketching. I'm super envious of that. That traditional sketching is top notch. It is top notch. It is just crazy good. It is so basic. It just I don't care about your where you teach your art in art center in LA, you know. When they start with that and like my background is an art center in LA and my teacher was Neville Page, and you know, I don't know who or whatever. I am just caricaturing some people. They just feel so stuck up, man. Honestly, Twitch might be the best place because you can if you like, I mean, if you like modern day James, here he is on Twitch. You can ask him stuff. If you like John Silva, the dude, you can ask him stuff. If you like Mark Grech or whatever, however he's called, you can ask him stuff. He can tell you stuff. He can overpaint your stuff. If you like my art, I'm here. Ask me stuff. If you like Carla Ortiz, she's now here. And she's now on Twitch streams. And you can see how she does things. You can see Victoriande. You can see Petr Morbaher. You can see Dave Raposa on Twitch and asking questions. You can see so many good artists on Twitch, and I don't know. I will confess, I've been considering your mentorship. Well, it's possible. One time. A later moment. Carla, I first time ran into her yesterday. I didn't have any sense of how she is. I only listened to her tweets. I was so surprised by how fun this woman is, and I will rather watch her streams than any stuck-up dude. She's such a fun person. It's such fun to watch. You know, that's what gets you. You know, you don't have to be this super serious person to be good at art. You can just mess around. You can drink on stream. You can like say shit and fuck and whatever. You can be crazy. You know. So I like Twitch. You can find who suits you, who has the mentality that you like, and then you can like become a subscriber, become a patron, become involved, watch their streams. Just watching the streams is awesome. You know, I love having audience. I love talking with people. I love having questions to answer, and it is just, I'm very happy to have somebody liking my art and considering my mentorship. You know, that's great. Because COVID won't last forever, hopefully. Please, COVID, don't last forever. Konishki asked about equipment. I use a Wacom Intuos 4L tablet, and I have an i7 3.4 GHz, 16 GB of RAM, DDR3 3 or 4, I'm not sure, SSD, and I have a Companion 2 tablet, which I'm not using at the moment. Also, Konishki, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. So now you have so many resources about learning to paint, and you just need time. Time is the biggest enemy. I have some friends who are my age or a bit younger than me. I'm 34, and they don't have time because of work, and they cannot dedicate. They want to learn to draw. They cannot. They have families. So time is the biggest enemy. So what I'm telling to people all usually, I'm sorry for being blah, 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 blah. I am very passionate about this. Try to do fast. Try to like, that's why gesture art is great. It is fast. You can fail quicker. If you do thumbnail sketches, you can fail quicker. If you do small sketches, you can fail quicker and then learn quicker with that. You don't want to spend 10 hours painting a figure drawing, live figure drawing. It's better to spend that hour doing 50 gesture drawings or 20 gesture drawings, each like 5 minutes each. So just it is one thing that I will always encourage you. Try finding quick ways to learn, and thumbnail painting, iteration, similar things are very good because they don't take up too much of your time. And then you learn quickly. LGN says, anyone with a good suggestion? Oh, I'm actually looking for one. It is, I'm gonna paste you the link right now. Let me just find it. I'm window shopping too. And I found a bank that is actually made for, that has it is about 400, 500 euros in Europe. In the US it's like $300. It is 1440p, 100% sRGB coverage, IPS panel. It seems like a great monitor. I'm considering about buying this one because I need a new monitor like quickly. Take a look at this one. It is PD 2700Q. It is a monitor that comes pre-calibrated, and but it is a budget monitor for what you need. It is not some super, but I really don't want to spend 800 euros on a monitor like Asus 4K. I don't want 4K. Oh. I don't need 4K, I don't need 144 Hertz, I need 60 Hertz, I need 30 Hertz, I don't care, I don't play games. I don't want 4K. I have a 27-inch monitor. It is for 1440p resolution, perfect. It is a perfect resolution for that size. For 28 inches. UHD, Ultra HD, the for 2560 pixels, because it's good for streaming, it is good for watching stuff. The interfaces on software do not get too tiny. But you need an IPS panel. IPS panel monitors can get super pricey. IPS panel monitors can get super pricey. It can be 4K. The resolution is the least important thing. Just larger than, like, you don't need 4K honestly, because many games just don't support it and it will be crappy. If you want larger monitor than 30 inches, then 4K is great for you. But for art and games, it's 1440p is more than enough. And LED panels that are both IPS and both like over 60 Hertz. Oh, that can be super expensive. Yeah, this is 1080p. But yeah, 14. It's 1 millisecond. Yeah, okay. IPS. Good, 25-inch. Yeah, I think this would be, if you don't want a super big monitor, this can be really nice. I mean, I feel like, yeah, full HD, 144 Hertz, IPS is very important. That it's IPS panel, not TM panel, not a curved panel. Fuck those things, just flat panel. G-Sync, extreme low motion blur, adaptive sync, 1 millisecond. What else? Oh, also contrast. They don't tell you, like, let's see how. What is important in monitors? Brightness. This is super bright screen. That is great. So higher number, the brighter the monitor is. Contrast ratio. If it's less than 1000, drop it. It needs to be at least 1000. Display colors at least 16.7 million. At least. That's the minimum for a good art monitor. There are better extended range monitors like Dell Ultra Sharp series that have billions of colors. So lightness, contrast, and colors and refresh rate, those are like most important things. What is very, sometimes they lie about it, is the response time, because you can see this little star here. You have to go down and listen to read what is this, you know. Internal tests response time may vary, so if it's 1 millisecond, consider it 4. Just double it. I'm sorry, I am now all around everything, and I might sound super bullshit. So my current monitor is 8 years old and I love it, but it's past its prime. It's Dell Ultra Sharp 27-inch IPS panel that has 100% coverage of Adobe RGB and sRGB and has a billion colors. It's a crazy good monitor. Its counterpart now costs about 900 euros. But there is Ultra Sharp 2716 from Dell. That's a crazy good monitor. That's a counterpart from like a few years ago. Salty Gillet. I'm not salty, but I am very... I don't like marketing bullshit. I will tell you what the most important things are. And especially when they measure gray to gray response time. Not the response time, the contrast. Sometimes they measure the response time going from black to white to black. That's what response time is. How quick can a monitor switch pixel color from black to white to black? But there is a different standard of measurement called GTG, gray to gray. So white to gray to white, it takes half the time. So you will see, oh, this monitor has 1 millisecond response time, and then you will see in the little parenthesis GTG, gray to gray. Then double it. You will be good even with 10 millisecond response time. You will be good with that, except for gaming. For gaming, you need like 4 to 8 probably would be best to have like 2-3 milliseconds. You know, it would be crazy. You know, if you really want gaming. But for art and design, it's not important. For art, the resolution, contrast. There are monitors that have there's a Philips monitor that's really good. It has, but it's 4K. I don't want 4K. It has 3000 to 1 contrast, native contrast. You need native contrast, not dynamic contrast. Dynamic contrast, like, don't even look at that number. It is not important. Native contrast for a monitor, at least 1000. At least. There's better monitors will give you 3000. More nuance, more coverage, ultra wider gamut for photography, for art, for multimedia, for video editing and stuff like that. So learning about monitors. Yes. Oh yes, there is so much to learn, because these marketing things are so snaky. So snaky. They want to take your money. And yeah, so contrast, you go for native contrast, and you go for at least 1000. And panels should be IPS. Hola teta raqueta. IPS has the best angle of viewing. 170. Over 170 it is great. 178 is IPS panels view angle. But if it's 160 or 170, 170 is still good. 160 you can still notice, you know, there are some IPS panels, but yeah, you will see in the specifications what is the view angle of the monitor. So a true good IPS panel has almost 180 degrees coverage. Cheers! Hello! Welcome to the stream. Now we're talking about monitors. And I hope I didn't like ran away, like bored a bunch of viewers. I am sorry, but monitors are important. I need to also buy a new monitor. Margaret says, most of the time I have no idea that all the words mean, and I need to... Oh, 1 bit! Oh, look at it, a cute little bitty. Hello, thank you for cheering 1 bit. 1 bit by bit, we have 1,000,000 bits. Thank you for sharing and cheering and being adorable. You are now a bit leader, I think. Yes, I think you are. So yeah, I think I would go for like 60 hertz. I don't need more than 60. I would go to 60 hertz monitor. I would go for Ultra HD resolution. I would go for high contrast, so 3000 to 1 native contrast, and I would go for a wide gamut for higher coverage, and I would go for a flat panel. I don't care about the bezel. If it has bezel, it's like considered old school and cheaper because it has a bezel. I want my bezel in my monitor because I want to have a frame to what I'm looking at. So yeah, if you want some advice about monitors, I'm here to talk about it. This monitor is really great, but I think it got damaged in transport, and it's 8 years old, and it got more yellow to the center, and that's why I need to replace it. That's why I have to count on my second screen to see if my colors are good, and that just only escalated this year. Contovertimo says, thanks for the infos. Never thought about these specs for monitors. Hell yeah, I am happy to share, because I also had to go and see what the hell are they talking about. What is this native contrast? What is this dynamic contrast? Dynamic contrast is basically useless. You can have 10 billion to 1 dynamic contrast, but native contrast, that's what you're looking for. Because marketing information is bullshit usually. Teta Raketa is now 100 bits. Now she's the leader. Chiart says, heck, I wish somebody would teach me damn Photoshop. I'm still fighting with the damn thing. Maybe try other software? Clip Studio Paint? Right here, Clip Studio Paint. I'm painting with Clip Studio Paint. Paintstorm Studio, Krita, Painter, Sketchbook, Fire Alpaca, GIMP. You have so many choices. If you're having a problem with Photoshop, what can I tell you? You could go to here. controlpaint.com has a really good it has a lot of lessons about Photoshop, and yeah, you can check out that Chi Arts. But oh, I said but. Krita is getting better and better and better. Honestly, it is. It is free, so there are no pain. But Krita's shortcuts are just the worst. I even when you switch to the Photoshop setup, you know, that's the internal Photoshop setup. The Chi Arts, well, my main problem is that I'm a traditional artist. Then go to controlpaint.com and there is a section about transitioning from traditional art to digital. Specifically for people like you. Hello, Markenman! Welcome there. How are you, Gilly? I'm doing great. I am also doing great. I am painting a personal piece. I am doing refinement on this one and getting it done almost. So Chi Arts, go to Control Paint if you want to learn Photoshop. Also consider ArtRage. ArtRage is what I use a lot. I I use a lot. This is very friendly program for traditional artists. Alright, man, I'm playing the new Metro Exodus. Oh, I met the guy who written the Metro series. He liked my art. I met him at a convention. He was a guest in Croatia. I met the guy who written the novels. He liked my art. I'm proud of that. Some awesome emojis for your host. I tried Art Rage, wasn't pleased with it. Oh, I can see that, because Art Rage, it still has to focus on actual professional artists. Teta Raketa, just post the link here. We wanna see it, what you did. Art Rage needs to step up their game, to get some tools, to yeet some tools off of that program, to add layer adjustments. I've been using Art Rage for years now, and it is my second favorite program, and I'm really good with it. But I understand completely like how it wouldn't be interesting to somebody, because they need to just make it more beginner friendly. Even though it is super beginner friendly, it needs to be more focused for actual, like, more professional digital painting. It is more gimmicky than others, but you can strip that gimmickness by using correct tools, using everything. My main medium is acrylic markers, alcohol markers, and I'm working with some computers. Not just, yeah, you will never get markers are super difficult to emulate, so you'll have to just come to terms that you will have to learn different techniques. You have to try different software to find some brushes that are looking similar. This is Teta Raketa's banner little thing. Oh, look at this sticker. I like it. It's very, very psychedelic. Velký Cajkbar. Mnihovo Hradište. Czech Republic represent. Extra represent. Pujach here is from Czech Republic, Czechia. So Chi Arts, you will have to come to terms with the fact that you just can't emulate some things. Watercolor is just, yeah, there are a few specialty softwares like Express-C and Rebel that their main point is to emulate watercolor. But for markers, I think maybe Sketchbook. For Photoshop, you will have to find some good brushes, because Photoshop can, Clip Studio Paint and Painter can emulate basically everything here and there like this, yeah. But you'll have to find some good marker brushes. You are not screwed, believe me. You will just find... you can emulate your markers by, like, I have a brush that I made that can be something like that. Tilt flat. This could totally be markers. Look at this. Well, this could totally be markers. It is, when you press it down, it is like... And then you can lower the opacity and do this. And then smudge it. And then go, and then this. So, markers are not impossible to emulate. So I made this brush just for that. For this kind of markerish feeling. Tilt flat markers like Copics and similar. So wait for Clip Studio to save. Smudgeable markers. Yeah, because in Clip Studio you just press S and you switch to the blend tool. And then you can continue back. And then you can enable color mixing and have this. and they blend. And then you can smudge it with like the smudge tool. I make my brushes with a very traditional outlook. This is the same brush. Everything here is the same brush. This. So I like this traditional feeling. You know, this is my interpretation of like this, but it has a bit more texture. It's like marker on heavy paper. And you can't smell your markers. Yeah, that's the big turn off. You cannot get high from your markers while you're doing digital. Damn. What else you can do is to get a good tablet. For example, Intuos 4. Intuos 4 from Wacom is a really good tablet. It has enough resistance on it to feel a bit more like it is not completely smooth. Like Intuos 5 is great, but the surface has touch, so it has to be a bit more meh. So you cannot have this feeling of traditional art on an iPad or Surface Pro. You need a good glass on a Wacom tablet. Wacom currently has the best technology for screens. I bought an XP pen for budget reason. I'm not loving my experience. Yeah, I hear that a lot. You can buy used. I find used in my local, our local website all the time. Or you can ask for like a buying ad. But Wacom has the best surface and the best stylus. I will swear on my Wacom art pen. It is a wonderful stylus. I also like this normal grip pen. I have both of them. Grip pen is better for tilt. But you can do like buying ad, not selling ad, you know? You can go to your local eBay alternative, whatever. We have one in Serbia, and you can just set a ad that you're buying a specific thing, and then somebody will maybe see it. Hello Zuten, welcome to the stream. Amarilla says, I think it don't sell Intuos 4 anymore. Wacom is freaking expensive. My old Wacom and my Mac are not compatible because the tablet is too old. Ah, damn. Huion gets better. But still, surface-wise, Wacom I think still holds the edge. But yeah, I've seen a lot of good reviews of the Huion Canvas 16-inch, I think. And I have some friends in real life who swear on their Huions. They're good enough, you know? Good enough to do what you need. For me, I am a Wacom guy because I like Wacom styluses. Never in my life I had wrist pain. I never had wrist pain. Because I set my stylus to be very soft. So, and my way of resizing the brush is not pressure, but tilt. Like, and then I don't need to put pressure on my wrist too much. I have a Huion tablet and it's pretty good, but it's not a screen tablet. Oh, really? I don't know how the surfaces are. I mean, even with the screen, not a screen tablet, surface is important. Because if the surface is too slippery, you won't have a good experience. It will feel... Is it true in Russia bear draws you? I don't know, we have to ask Russians. Is there anybody from Russia here? Do bears eat you in Russia? When my wrist hurts from the XP pen, I find myself going to back on bamboo tablet. Oh, hahaha. Gritty texture, yes, grit is better. Like more grit. Turkey says, when I research from the XP pen, I find myself going back to 2012 bamboo Wacom top. Yeah, that's a decent top. But for me, that's too thin. It's too thin. Yeah, gritty surface that has a bit of resistance. Like rougher. Yeah, rougher surface that has a bit of resistance is the best. For people who cannot like compromise their traditional outlook, traditional way and feel, you will not get this with digital. Still, it is still, we're far away from that. We're far away from that, but there are, like, as I said, Wacom is on the forefront. Huion is doing better, and then XP Pen are lagging a little bit behind. But they are getting better and better as years go by, especially Huion. And maybe there are some, like, if you have an iPad, maybe there are some like screen foils you can tape over your tablet to get some resistance from the surface. Maybe there is something like that, like some foil, like you know, Gorilla Glass on phones, but with resistance, with some grit. Maybe that can be used to give you some resistance, because I know it is important. You know, it is important. More competitions, better prices, absolutely. Matte screen protector. Tape paper on top of the tablet for a natural feel. Yeah, you can tape like 80 grams, 70 grams, the thinner paper. Find the thin paper. Find like 70, 60 GSM paper and just tape it over your tablet. Wacoms, that works on Wacoms. It works, and then you have I did that a few times. Because by usage the tablet gets slippery. Wacom 1 has a different service, but never tried it. Just have some. I also didn't try Wacom 1. Or for a budget tablet, I guess it's good, you know. I'm a really yeah, let's play different music. Let's go. I actually want to play what I wanted to play. Nah, it's good, I think. I'll listen to this a little bit more. I have 66 views. Whoa, 666. Which Huion did you talk about earlier? The Canvas 16. Yeah, I've seen reviews. And I don't know which one my friend Jelka has. I have to ask her. She's a pro artist and she uses Huions, and she's like very loud for Huions because it's budget, and if you like don't want to have a Wacom, Huion is maybe the best alternative you can get. Jock says, yeah, I had shiny parts on my Intuos, so I had to smoothen it all with toothpaste. Now it's evenly smooth like glass. Mwah. I never did anything like that. I still just use my surface as it is. I'm so used to my Intuos. I'm just used to my Intuos. Is Intuos 4L. It is big ass tablet and I love it. It's a tank. Piluli says I have to go. Good night, Jillian chat. Good night, Piluli. Thank you. Again, I love your username. Piluli, Piluli, Piluli. I love saying that. Piluli. Super cute. Good night, cutie, says Margarita. Yeah, look at this. This looks alright, man. Joker Ace asked about equipment, and you have your answer on the screen. Older Intuos didn't have touch, so that's why this the different surface. Bye bye, piluliluli, piluliluli, piluliluli. I'm streaming for 3 hours now. It's great. I did a lot of work on this one, man. I did a lot of work on this one. But you can't even see the changes, man, because it's so tiny, and now I'm basically just going inside and just making sure that everything looks okay, even when you zoom in this much. You did a great job, Gilly. Thank you, danke sehr schön, Margarita. You did a good job by being here. Haha, thank you, says Margarita. Hehehe. I can't wait to see your previous streams on Patreon. Hell yeah! You can see currently, or Discord. You can do it if you're on Discord. You can access them. The last 4 streams. You can access them in the room. A room called Past Streams Showroom, and you can see like from May 26th, May 29th, May 31st, June 2nd, and I'm uploading tomorrow, probably June 6th, so from yesterday. I might be uploading that, but I have to wait because I'm an affiliate, so I have to wait a few days until I upload anything from Twitch to YouTube. You have to wait 1 day. So you can see what I've been doing, and I also have some older streams on Patreon too, but most of my older streams are on YouTube. But for new streams, I have a lot to upload. I have so many to upload, and I will give them to subs on Twitch and patrons of any tiers. But I think I will do like a few streams for $1 patrons, and then everybody will be able to yeah, goodly schmoodly, says Margarita. When you don't stream, I can listen to you talking and making art. Yeah, without music, unfortunately, but what can you do? I can at least have it on YouTube. And you can play your own music. You can mute it and play it 2 times faster. Sometimes I'm not really talking too much about the art. And I'm like today I talked about guitars with Chris, and I talked about many different things. But yeah, if you don't like the topics, you just mute me and just play it 2 times the speed. At some point I will start making them public in a month or two slowly, but for now I want to only have patrons and subs because I want to encourage those things, especially the smaller tier patrons. Because that is really significant to me, you know. I talk about that a lot, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's why I've decided to get that work done and get those videos up. And I've been thumbnailing during this stream. May I share? Yes, please. Davai. Bitte. I love when people draw something alongside me. Yeah, man, I'm doing just this noodling and making things finalized, and I'm happy that somebody can play along, paint along. Look at his thumbnails. Why is this so small? Why I can't open it? Bigger. Oh, it's alright, it's a small picture. But that's the point, you know. I like this one. But tangent here. You don't want to have a tangent in this simple picture. Take a look where the head of this character, where this gray thing is. It is totally tangential, you know. Avoid that. Avoid that, then it goes. I like this one. This one also. Yeah, this is the fun thing, you know. This is, you can do 10 times like the amount of these than some like elaborate sketch. I love that. So go do more and enjoy them, and take good care about tangents. If that's one of the easiest ways to upgrade your art. I would love to make a video on that if I wasn't too lazy to do videos. These tangents are very easy to find, and it's a very easy way of getting your art to look better if you take care of how things intersect. It's a very important compositional tool. Thanks for the feedback, you're welcome. Those things are very important, and the point of thumbnails is to avoid them and to make sure, alright, this mountain is just meeting here, so we need to either push this down or push this up to intersect it better, to find a better way to intersect elements. And that's the point of thumbnail stage, to have fun, man, to explore, to push things, to move it, to get passionate about composition and about exploration. Anti-Core and Christian Jake, welcome to the stream. Thank you both for following. I usually thumbnail says turquoise in high contrast, but earlier in the stream we spoke about snow and its reflectiveness. It got me thinking. Well, you can kind of simulate that by using like instead of black and white, you can use gray and white. You know, you can use like a gray and a medium gray. You can have two tones and maybe white for some more. So choose your values. Not everything has to be black and white. Just choose your values better, and you can have 3 values. And here is a little sketch, snowy sketch. Yeah, I know. You have 3 values here, and here's something that looks more snowy. So you have to be aware of the value palette. So you can do like a dark sketch with like this and this value and maybe one lighter. Contemportimo, hello, welcome. But then you can also do a thumbnail sketch with like this is your main color, and then you have this light one, and then you have white. So you can choose your values. Choose them wisely. Maybe your sketch is like 80% this mid-gray, you know, a bit of darks and a white. So everything makes it different. You can see even you don't have to limit yourself to black and white. I think it makes a lot of sense to have a limited number of values, of course, to learn. You know, it doesn't have to be high contrast. High contrast is great for dramatic things, for night, for similar things, but you can consider what you're doing, consider what are you sketching, and adapt your palette of values. And damn it. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Arureo, welcome. Arureo, welcome to the stream. Oh, I knew how to say thank you in Greek. Something was oh damn it! It was poly. It was the second word. I learned it in Cyprus. Eucharistopoli, yes, Eucharistopoli. Thank you for joining us, Eucharistopoli. It was Cyprus' way to say it. I don't know if the Greeks say similar. I just visited Cyprus. I was in Nicosia, Lefkosia, actually. It's very weird. Lefkosia, Nicosia. I was there on a Comic-Con. I had a great time. Paracalo. Oppa! Yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that. Look at my Greeks in the chat. I like landscapes. Thank you very much. I love landscapes too. If you don't, if you ever wondered, we are all one. My Greeks in the chat. I would love to come back to Cyprus on a Comic-Con. I've never been to Greece, so I would love to go to Greece also one time. But the Cyprus had a Comic-Con. It was actually quite a nice Comic-Con, Cyprus Comic-Con. And the organizers invited me to come to, and they hosted me at their own home. It was so sweet. I only paid for my airplane ticket, and I managed to earn enough to pay it off and to have about 300 euros of profit, which is not much, but I had a great time. I was in I was in Cyprus for 7 days. It was lovely. I have painted landscapes in the past, says Aruru. Says a rat. Oof. You painted snowy landscapes in the past. Ooh. Ooh. So I'm just going through this foreground a little bit. Ooh. It is me saying rat in Greek. You paint landscapes from reality? This is from imagination. But I had some reference. It is always good to use reference. But it is completely from imagination. But it takes time, you know. It is not... You don't have to paint from imagination if you don't want. You just paint from reference and still be good. Don't worry about it, but please do use reference a lot if you're gonna paint stuff like this. Don't feel like... A lot of people feel like they're cheating for some reason. I really don't know why. All your favorite artists, all of them use reference, all of them use models, all of them use all these tools. All your favorite painters from the past, all of them used models, all of them used a reference, all of them came back to the same spot like 10 times to get the colors at the same time of day. It was much more laborious. But don't be scared of using reference. Maybe some people think using reference is for... No, you know who it is? My favorite people. My favorite people. The people who think that you're not an artist if you don't know how to paint everything with a hard round brush. Those same people who think that reference is for the weak, and that you have to paint 50 hours a day to be good. They're my favorite people there. One of my favorite people. They don't use reference and they paint everything with hard brush. Okay, music got louder, different album. Ja, ich liebe Menschen. Ich auch. Liebe Menschen. So viel. I have painted a lot from reality and I feel very weird when I don't have the real thing in front of you. But what you can have in front of you is pure your Lord and Savior. Here's what I have sometimes in front of me, like this, a bunch of pictures, just to get me in the mood. Like you know, plants and like trees and cars if I wanted to have one, and just Pure Ref is your friend, or other ref programs, they're your friends. Mood board, have a mood board, it helps a lot. Doesn't even have to be the thing that you're drawing, just look at things, observe. It's my problem with the digital, you have to observe and you have to get used to your tools. So guys, Streamlabs says to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch my old streams, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you can look at things, and then after some time you will not have to look at those things all the time. You just get better. Just get better. You will get better at it, and everything is great. Hey. Pinterest. Oh, Crashgar! Hello! Pinterest, or how to search for reference. You don't need 2 days. Yeah. You search for reference and you get stuck in the endless hole that is Pinterest. I know exactly what Crashgar means. Oh man, Pinterest can just drive you in a deep hole of finding reference you will never use. Ugh, Crashgar. I completely identify with that. The best is like just Google images, few images, put it in pure ref, and you're done. Back in, back in, very good, very good. It's very easy to get lost. Crashgar, do you have any new awesome art to share with us? I want to see some of your art. My buddy David. I have 3 boards, Turquoise is called mini pigs. Why? I don't know, but just in case. I need those boards. I want those boards, mini pigs. I would totally enjoy those boards. We have some pigs in some pictures. I would enjoy the boards. I think my chat would enjoy the boards also. Yeah, you open Pinterest to search for an image of a Centurion armor, then you end up spending next 1 hour, 12 hours pinning random images to 45 boards. Yes. 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 Absolutely, yes. Give us your mini pig boards, Turquoise. Give us your mini pig boards. We're gonna take a look at mini pigs boards. Well, yeah, guys. Yeah, that would be a good thing. If you have a good mood board, paste the link so other people can take a look. If somebody is willing to paint, it would be wonderful if you have like a good mood board on Pinterest. Margarita says, wish everybody a good night. Good Nacht, Margarita. Wir sehen uns. Bis bald. See you later. Bis bald. In German. If you're interested in what I'm talking about, what is happening to me, I'm just talking German. A little bit. The little bit of German that I know. Yeah, let's see how long am I live. I'm live for 3 hours 38 minutes. All right, 20 more minutes and we're done. Like 15 minutes, unless a big raid comes in, and then we'll be good. I mean, I was totally focused on this stream, on this image. Alright, this is for Unreal Tournament. I never took part in this one. Oh, so nice. These are the same people. This is you? Oh. These are the same people in the reference. I would make him different. I look at these back muscles here. I like him. I like him. I like him. Crashgar is actually a good artist. So, good job. Give us your Instagram or portfolio. Where can we see your stuff? Where can people follow you? So we can share you. Slovenia represent. I like my strokes. Look at them. And switch brush. And then this. And then. 2 more subs until I reach my goal of 25 for this last few streams. Thank you. Today a bunch of people subscribed. I have 4 new subs today and 1 resub, which is really sweet. Thank you guys. Thank you all very much. Wow. Why am I zooming this much? I don't know. Paint, 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 do 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 paint, 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 paint. It's fun. I love doing this. I love doing this. It is such an art therapy, man. Just having something almost done and just noodling around with it and just. It is something that I love it. I love it doing. Just love it. I love it. By the way, this is fart powered hover kitty. It's fart powered. She's flying by the power of her farts. We have to make this more visible, so it will be an Easter egg for people who know what I'm talking about. You can see like a little fart cloud. Aww. Fato curado. And she's propelling using fart clouds. Is it super hot in Serbia? Oh goodness, it is. I'm taking it very badly. I'm taking it very badly. I don't like heat. It's making hard everything, you know. I started running in the last few weeks, almost daily. And it's getting so hard, man, on this weather. I'm just... I can't grasp for air. Turquoise, Crossguard, did you perhaps share work in progress of this piece in Discord? Probably. Guys, you probably share a bunch of Discords together. I love Discord. Discord is awesome. Send some heat to England. Oh, sending heat to England. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Yeah, I sent some heat to England now. Save. As I said, on my streams, I have a bunch of artists watching, I am very proud of that. And yeah, Discord is also a very small place. Because all of us are on a bunch of similar servers. Zoom in. Why can't... I didn't pick the right color. Good. I need to share some of my newest artwork on Bjorn Huri's server. I was very honored to have been raided by Bjorn a few times. It was so nice. And today I got raided by this awesome artist, Modern Day James. He has a very, very popular YouTube channel and he's crazy good. And he rated me with like 90 people today. He was like, what? What? Is this the Modern Day James? Now I need Carla Ortiz to raid me, and I need like, and my life will be fulfilled on Twitch. Get the good artists to raid me. Maddie raided me. Like Maddie's raid started everything. Like if Maddie didn't raid me, whatever you think about Maddie, if she didn't raid me, we wouldn't be talking now. Somebody posted your stream and recommended it there. Where? I do usually post my streams on the channels. Yeah, people that are into art or into Twitch, all Twitchers have Discords and know each other. It's quite the yeah. I am very happy to have this community and to be a part of it. I need to post my art a bit more, honestly. I don't post too much now. Amarilia says, I didn't know anything about this rating thing, so it was a surprise. I didn't know what will happen, but now I'm stuck here. Rating is basically bringing your viewers to somebody else. Somebody posted my stream of Tyler Eldon's Discord. Whoa, that's interesting. I am not part of that Discord, definitely. Man, I am humbled now. I'm like, what? Oh man, this is the best thing you could do for me, you know? It's the best thing people can do for me, to share when I'm live or to share my artwork. And like, I am, whoever did that, thank you very much. Thank you so much for giving me new people and new views and new subs and new people to come to watch my streams and ask me questions. I love that. That's a good way to support somebody. It's a great way to support. To just share what you like. Wow, very nice, man. I am very happy for that. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Three hours 47 minutes. We're getting close to wrapping this up. And then I'm gonna check out who is live. And we're gonna go raid somebody with 54 viewers. That's insane good. Okay, by that rate maybe a bit less, but oof. It was actually funny. It's a room called Shameless Self-Promotion on Endless server. I like shameless self-promotion. Ooh, I love it very much. I do that a lot. I am pretty shameless. Because, you know, I still don't have people to do it for me. I don't have an active fandom like to do it for me, so I have to. It's not me, but I like this guy's work. Oh man, that's a good guy. Whoever was it, I'm very happy to have been shared. Like it wasn't even self-promotion, yeah? It totally wasn't. It was Zhilli promotion. It was Zhilli promotion. Man, my Twitch streams began to be so much fun for me this year. Because I made so many friends, I made so many new people, I met so many, like, just it is much better than any previous year for me. Just much better, and I'm enjoying myself so much. So thank you guys for being here with me, guys and girls, because I said again, my audience is very mixed. And I'm also glad for that. And mixed from the countries, different genders, different ages. So that's super sweet. Super! Man. So much polishing, so much polishing. But basically today, I did this, like these two layers. From this to this, which is also I resized the picture for 2 times, I think. Save. 350. Let's wait for Clip Studio Paint to save. And let's call it a day. I'm gonna just drop my chat here so I can see it while I'm on Twitch and looking for somebody to raid. But before raiding, I wanna shield against one time. Now both of you streaming with James. Let's see, show all. Who is live? I have friends who are live. Boldarov, oh, that's a great Russian artist. I oftentimes raid him. And Jay Stiller is doing wonderful artwork. Shilling is doing comics. Oak Tea Party. Bazaar is doing work. So guys, Amarilias needs to go to sleep, need to get up in the morning, but thank you for helping all the recommendations. Night night, night night. Guys, follow me on social networks. On YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Eskimo Girl, thanks for the stream, says Eskimo Girl. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. All of you people who came with the huge raid. Go, if you like my art, if you don't want to subscribe, if it's too expensive for you, you can become a patron for $1. Oh, oops. Mana just says, I think I originally found you on YouTube. Oh, that's really interesting. Nice. You can become a patron, get rewards like high-res images, source files, brushes, and live streams after the fact. And that's it. I think that's it for shilling. I wanna just see who could I raid. Who could I raid? Let's see what Bazari is doing. What is Bazari doing? Bazari is a really good artist. He's not starting yet, it seems. No. Sam, I know. Boldarov is doing some sketches. Boldar is doing some awesome sketches. Jay Stiller, but Boldarov has 5 viewers. I think I'm gonna go with him. I like Jay Stiller. I like what he's doing now. I also like Boldarov. Erika is also Popcorn Girl are there. I still have so many familiar faces, but I want to introduce you guys to some new artists. So let's go raid Boldarov 8. He's doing character sketches. He's very loose. It is very Beksinski inspired. He's not speaking English very well, so just go in and follow him so he can learn English. So he can learn English, and you need your raid call. That's my raid call, and we're gonna go raid Boldarov in a second. I want to thank you all again for yeah, Discord, damn it. Yeah, if you want to join my Discord, here's the link. I want to thank you all for making me company. I didn't intend to stream today, but I'm very happy that I did. I am very thankful for your time and your good vibes. It helps me feel less lonely and less like having friends to talk with while I'm doing art. We'll see you in a day or two with streams. If you're a sub or patron, you will be seeing the stream on Patreon and on Discord's past streams broadcast room. You can watch them, and let's raid. Let's see, where is Baldarov? It's 5 viewers now. Let's have him have 60 viewers. I need some attention to this guy. He's super good. He doesn't speak English. That's the problem. You know, a problem. I mean, that's just the one thing it would be better if he spoke English. But he can speak a little bit. So enough. Guys, go give him love. Go follow him. Go say hi in the chat. Paste our little message, and we'll see you in a day or two. I had a lot of fun streaming today, and big hearts for you all. Let's go. Let's go, raid. Art is universal, so it's okay. Raido.